Hello, it's me. I was curious about this here feller. He took the stand, apparently. Curious to know what he had to say for himself. So I thought, might as well check it out with my baby pies. And so here we are. Mm-hmm. Hello. Miss Santana, Matt, Big Mitch. They call me Big Mitch. Ooh, Larry Hoover. Whipping work. Ow, hallelujah. Mama's back is still hurting, but she gotta go to work tomorrow no matter what. I just gotta. So tomorrow is gonna suck monkey balls, okay? It's gonna suck monkey balls. It hurts to breathe, honey. Edward! What? Oh man. Everybody look. Look, see this Edward Thomas in the chat. Edward was like one like I would say mama's first ace one on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's like a relative. Pretty sure we're related or something. Yes. Oh, he used to rock with me. He used to, like give me things to look up and stuff. He was just a supporter. You know what I'm saying? It's one of mama's, first ride or dies. Everybody say, hey, Edward. Say, hello, it's me. Mama's sciatica is acting crazy, y'all. Mama's nerve, whatever, back horribleness is cutting up. And so she's in pain for a while. We'll see. Oh, hopefully no more than another week. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back to normal. I won't even remember it. I'll be like, remember when my back hurt? Remember that? It'll be ancient history until it happens again, of course. Oh, Miss Vivi. Hey, boo. Rachel. How are you? Angelina and Jeanette and Tony and Renee. Oh, Michelle. What's going on? How y'all doing? I was gonna listen to this man. This man was out here sticking and poking people on the lake, just walking around on the Apple River, just sticking folks, just poking the children. That's what he was doing, with sharp objects, very rude, very rude. But he took the stand. I saw his little face sitting there on the stand. I said, oh shit, I wonder what he had to say for himself. Look at him. He looks kooky. Everything in me keeps thinking, man, I'd like for somebody to dig into his history, maybe in where we come from. I think he's Russian, right? Dig into his old history. Find some shit out about what he was doing before he got it, because that's crazy. Like, I get the self-defense thing on the first one, but the way he was sticking and smiling while he was doing it, yeah, nah, man. It didn't look like that was his first rodeo. And he was so calm afterwards. Honestly, during. He was so calm during. He looked excited. Like it was weird. It was like that did not give me the impression that this is the first fucking time. Like look at his eye. Even look on his face looks like I hope they don't figure out my old stuff because they're really just it's gonna be a hard sell if they find out I've done it before, Just the look at it he got on his face. Let me get my link up and we're going to hop right on in. Okay. Because this thing is long. I'm going to hop on in and get through as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my gosh. Mama. Oh. Mama's tired of being in pain. Hit the like button for Mama, please. I didn't say it at all yesterday. I don't think I said it not one time last night. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for Mama, please. How's everybody doing? How is everybody? How is all the things going? Diablo, what's up, boo? How you doing? I was in here suffering succotash, honey. Suffering succotash. Oh, Jesus. She hurting. Hello, it's me. Oh, who watched that video I did with the girl, with the lady that's gonna represent herself, Miss Princess Tupac Chewbacca the Third, you know. She was pretty funny, man. I hope she gets to represent herself. I really do. I really hope it in my heart and soul. I hope it so much for us, for we, for she, for us all. Yes, honey. Cause she's about as nutty as they get, honey. Maria. Oh. All right. I pinned the link to the membership at the top of the chat. I want to hit that thing, become a member. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen, Captain. Let's go and get this up here. Yeah. Doopy 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 doop. Why can't I see it? There it is. Okay. 10 days to go. I don't understand this thing. I keep saying 10. It says 10 days to go, but it's already past the time point that I set it for. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. It goes up a day every day instead of down. It's not counting down, it's counting up. So weird. Hit the like button. How many likes I got? What we got going on up in here? Okay. What we got going on? But hopefully being in this chat with and all that I know here will cheer me up. Yes, honey. That's what I'm here for. Tony, I promise. Oh, you're in the ER. Stupidity. I thought I was doing okay, but I may not be able to beat this. Whatever I got. Oh. You're going to be fine, honey. You're fine because mama said so. Because mama said so. I just said it, Tony, so it's what it is. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but that's what it is. You're fine. You're going to be fine, okay? We're just going to live this life in pain and discomfort. You're going to live it just like me, in pain and discomfort. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, you know? But you're fine. You're going to be fine. Judy, mama's back hurt. Same. But it's okay. I'm here. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just basically whatever. The answer to everything is, it is what it is. All right, let's hop in here so we can make Tony laugh while he's sitting in the waiting room at this freaking emergency room. Ugh, don't you hate it there? You just be sitting there. It'd be just cold. It's like the colder you get, you feel like they're just turning the air up more. They're turning the air down. Making it colder and colder. And you'd be like, give me a blanket, you bastards. But of course they don't. They just ignore you. Act like you ain't even there. All right. Somebody let me know how many likes I got because I can't tell. 11? Okay. Hit the like button.
Nick, I want to right away talk to you.
Ooh, sorry. Damn. You're loud as shit. Like an angry outburst. Fuck. What's that about?
About exhibit number 104, if I could have the screen.
Ow.
You were on the Apple River on July 30th.
Is it just me or does he look like Arnold Schwarzenegger like a lot? Like every time I see him from like the side or behind, even his hair from behind, looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger like a lot. Like he really favors him.
Yes.
I want to ask you about this exhibit, which says it's from frame 2592. at 1:49 into the video. Have you seen this
Danny.
before?
Yes.
Hit the
Do
like
you remember
button.
that time in your life when you were on the river in that position as shown in that photograph?
Yes.
Ow.
Sometime after that, did something happen to you?
Ouch.
Yes.
Ow.
Were you punched?
Not,
Attacked?
not
After,
before
sometime
that.
after this, were you
After
punched?
that, yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the time between this and the time that you get punched, okay?
Okay.
Exhibit number 104 there is on the, with it. Where are you on that?
I'm standing in front of two ladies.
In which, if you were going to just describe the symbol on exhibit 104 symbolizing you, which one is that?
The one with the M.
Okay.
you
What
want
color?
Do you want the
Blue.
annotator?
At that point in
Y'all want to find out whether he's just a cuckoo nut or not? Hand him a knife and 3 people stand in front of him and see what happens. Y'all just stand there in front of him, give him the sharp object, and just stand there, just see what happens. Okay? If you don't poke nobody, then you know. Something inside me feels like he would poke somebody. Just like if they were just standing there, that he would just instinctively try to open them up. Like, it's the look in his eyes. He just looked like it. He looks
time,
cuckoo.
you said there's 2 people in front of you. Who are those 2 people in front of you?
Cigarette
A
head.
blonde lady to my left and a red hair lady to my right.
Were there other, does this accurately reflect how you remember roughly people in general around you?
Yes.
The blonde lady in front and the other woman, you understand now that through the trial that the blonde woman is named Madison Cohen?
Yes.
Can we use her name when possible?
Yes.
And you said red-haired woman, her name's Riley Madison. Can we use her name when possible?
Yes.
Possible? So when Riley and Madison are standing in front of you at that point, just before you get punched, right? What are
Go
they
ahead.
doing?
Yeah, what they
They're
doing?
yelling at me. At one point, they were pointing downriver and saying, "Go, go, get away."
What are they doing with their hands?
They're touching me.
When you say touching you, is that something gentle?
No, they're pushing. Madison, she pushed against my left shoulder. She pushed against my chest. She was pointing her finger right at my face. She was yelling at me, very close to my face.
And so I stuck her in the side with a sticker, with a pointy sticker. Bam! She was pointing in my face and she was yelling at me. Okay, she kept telling me to go the fuck on somewhere. So I stuck her in the side. Like, I mean, you know what you do? Is that not the American way? Like, sir, that hairline makes me feel like you know it. You know better. Okay, you've been here long enough to know better. All right. Explain yourself, sir. Because you said so. Exactly, Tony. I said so. So you're fine. You're going to be fine. You're just going to have to sit here and just deal with the pain. Just like me. Just go suffer through it, baby. You and I, we're going to suffer through it. But we're going to have to just be here. It's just what it is. You're meant to be here. And here's where you are. You just happen to be, going to have to be uncomfortable. Some people are uncomfortable. Some people are comfortable until they're uncomfortable. You're fine, Tony. I done told you. It's what it is. Bam. Mama's magic snaps. It's just what it is, honey. You're my little miracle. All right?
Riley had one of her arms, I believe it was left hand, on my right arm, squeezing and pushing me back.
You like that? Did
And
you like it?
When you just gave
You look like you liked it.
that description, you put your hands distance apart. Can you show us that again?
I'm a genie in a bottle.
How far away were they?
I'm a genie in a bottle, but I will not be trying to dance to that song today because, oh my God, this nerve thing, I don't know what it's doing, but it's like settling right around my, it's like on my tailbone. It feels like, I don't know, I can't describe it, but I can't even lean or anything, back or forward right now.
About a foot,
Okay.
less than a foot.
You've
something.
heard it described through trial as in your personal space. Would you agree with that?
Heavy.
Yes, right in my face, I would describe.
When that was happening,
Tell us it was self-defense.
what did it sound like to you?
The volume was very, very high.
Let me ask you about how your body was responding in that moment when people are pushing you, poking at you, the volume.
And you could tell he was prepared for this question because it'll just be like, okay, I'm going to ask you about this part now. Remember part 3 I told you about earlier? I'm going to ask you that question now. So remember what I told you to say, okay? He's like, oh, okay, this part. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Ow. That
Volume
hurt.
is high. How's your heart? Could you tell us about what your heart rate was?
Oh yeah, my heart rate was getting really high.
Oh, yeah? How you know?
My breathing
You-
was getting very
You was
high.
checking your blood pressure?
I was
Checking your heart
How
rate?
about your vision? Did you
Yeah.
have normal vision in that moment?
no. At that moment, because of the
Well, you don't look like your vision's normal anyway, sir. I don't know. Like, them eyes look like they looking into the future. Tell me what the weather's going to be, okay? You look like you know. You look like you might know, okay? That's all I'm saying to you, sir.
the situation, I was getting tunnel vision.
Can
Can you describe what you mean by you saying tunnel vision?
I could
Yeah, explain the definition that your lawyer told you that it was.
see peripheral vision, but I could see center in right before my eyes.
How about hearing? Could you hear the noises?
I could hear the volume very high, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was the
See how he
noise
says volume?
became garbled. I mean, the sound became garbled.
Did you feel threatened at that point?
Yes.
Yeah, correct answer is yes if you want to go home, sir. I'm just saying, like, not really. I was pretty calm. I just, just kind of was curious as to what the insides look like. So I thought I'd investigate, if you will.
Did you have your knife in your right hand?
Yes.
What did you do with your left hand? Tell us what you did with your left hand.
Yeah, with my left hand,
what you do with your left hand?
pushed her away from my face.
The like
Can
button.
you show us what you did with your left hand? Why'd you do that?
She was very close to my face. She was in my personal space. She had been there for a while, and I felt threatened.
Oh,
Did
you felt
did you
threatened?
intend to harm her in some way?
No,
Yeah, no. When I stuck her with that knife, I was not trying to hurt her. The knife, on the other hand, I think the knife was trying to hurt her. I was just trying to let her know gently and nicely to please leave me alone. The knife was like, just jumped right out of my hand and was like, fuck you, bitch. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I'm up here right now. This is the knife's fault. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know, me no understanding.
Did you try to harm her in some way?
absolutely not.
Do you know
No.
where, if at all, you had contact with her body when you raised your left hand in that manner?
No,
Do you think you had contact with her?
no.
Okay. I want to take us out of that space now for a second, okay, Nick?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
If I could have the screen again. You were here in court when we talked about, when we watched the video of you speaking with Brandy Hart, is that right?
Yes.
And I think you told her about your health condition. Can you just tell the jury
What's
now,
your health condition?
what was your health like on July 30th of
Yeah,
2022?
what was your health like?
It was very poor.
It was
Yeah.
poor. It didn't have no
Had
money.
you, I think you mentioned to her again, had quadruple
His health was broke as hell, y'all. It was like, that's why it was. In fact, I think his health might have been out there trying to rob those kids for some cash because it was so poor, you know? Specify, you weirdo. He said, how was your health? You just gonna say it's poor? You think that's what I asked? My health is fucking poor. You just want to know what that means? Fucking back hurts. That's what it means. Oh, I'm broken. Okay, I'm broken.
bypass surgery before?
Yes, sir.
And when did you have that?
20.
Oh, he did. He had surgery. Oh, okay, he had surgery. So he was trying to be a doctor? This is relevant because he was made unconscious when they did his surgery, so he was not able to see his insides. So he's always been curious ever since. So, that's why he did that to that one boy, just to open him up so he can see what was in there.
20, about the same month. So about August.
Showing you here what's been marked as exhibit number 108. Can you tell us what those are pictures of, starting just on the left?
Yep, on the left it's me right after the surgery, holding a red heart pillow against my surgery.
What was the purpose that you knew for that red heart pillow?
That was to protect my surgery from hits, bumps.
Was that something that the hospital provided? It looks like there's like almost a picture of heart and lungs on there.
It is. The hospital provided that.
And then the picture in the middle, what is that?
My first walk, my new life.
Did it take you some time to recover and be as active and mobile as you were before?
He looked innocent, huh? He looked
Do you
innocent.
think you ever reach the same level?
Ever said he looked innocent? Do he? He looked Russian to me, but okay. He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what he looked like. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Schwarzenegger. Talking about he looked innocent. Nah, bro. He stuck 5 kids. Bam, bam. They took one, did it like in the movies. Stuck him and pulled that motherfucker up. I mean, all the, like that much up. Like he went in here and pulled that knife all up to here. This boy's guts was coming out. He's standing there in the river trying to hold his guts in like something from fucking horror movie. Yeah, Edward, innocent. Oh, and then he stuck this one girl in her side. Those 2 girls, he felt so threatened that he stabbed her in her side. Bam! I had a grin on his face when he did it. Okay, and it's the video. Yeah, he a good guy, Thomas. Edward, he a good guy.
Of mobility and fitness that you were prior to the quadruple
He's a
bypass?
good man. A good man.
What's the picture of you on the right there? You can tell us.
My baby.
Okay. Is that a dog?
Oh my God. Yeah, he mental. He mental. He done stuck 5 kids and just stoic as hell. They show him a picture of his dog. This motherfucker done broke down crying. You know what, sir? Your wires is crossed funny, okay? Your wires are crossed weird. All right.
Yeah.
Is that dog important to you?
My angel.
Okay.
Oh my
And
God.
that's the cushion's helping you to enjoy time with her, but still keeping your chest safe.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That poor dog.
You've had other surgeries in the past, is that right?
Yes.
Did you have a hernia surgery?
2 hernia surgeries.
Have you had back surgery?
Yes.
That would explain to he might have an obsession with, with being opened up now. You know how people get like tattoos and they get a tattoo and then they get addicted to getting tattoos? Like he might have been kept, like seems like he's been having a lot of literal surgeries. Like in a short span of time. So maybe he's like kind of obsessed with the idea of opening things up. Like, where's that dog at? Is it okay? Is that dog okay? And if it isn't, how did it die? Like, if it's dead, how did it die? I would like to know. Did they find it?
And again, in general, would you consider your fitness on, if you were going to put it on a scale for July 30th, what would you consider your overall health and fitness on July 30th of 2022?
With my weight and very poor.
I want to ask you now about moving on to the Apple River in July 30th, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's move on to when you stuck all the people.
This was a planned trip, is that right?
Yes.
Did you get a call from your friend Ernesto sometime before that trip?
Yes, sir.
What was that call about?
he wanted to remind me to bring my knife to cut string when we tie the tubes together.
Okay, when you say, do you have a pocket knife?
Yes,
Okay, can you tell us about that pocket knife?
I owned it for about 10 years. I have it a lot on me. I use it as a
That's awfully convenient. Oh yeah, Ernesto? Yeah, he had called me. He told me to make sure that I bring my pocket knife because my pocket knife just happens to be the only one that's capable of cutting rope. Because him as a grown-ass man just happened to not own a pocket knife. Or anybody else, any of the other guys who were there with us. None of them had a pocket knife. And none like this one. Lester, he probably named it. That thing probably had a name. I bet money that thing had a name. Like he named it. I bet he named that knife. I bet that thing had a name of Lester. That thing's name was Lester for sure. Okay, or Bandit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bring Bandit with you. Ain't nobody call you and tell you that. Oh, and you's a liar too. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. That is a courthouse lie. Oh, but they got their home. He got his homeboy to, vouch for him. Hey, did you call him and tell him to bring Lester? Lester being the knife, of course. Hit the like button for mama, please.
basically a dual tool. I call it my Swiss Army knife, basically because I use it as a screwdriver. I cut insulation when I do electrical work. I do it. I use it pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
I'm an engineer. My tool.
Is it something that you've carried on your person, I don't want to say all the time, but somewhat routinely?
Yeah, when I knew I was going to work on something or need it for something, yes.
Okay. Now I want to skip ahead again now to the river, okay? At some point, did Ariel lose his phone?
Yes, he did.
Did you go to look for that phone?
I volunteered to go look for it.
When you went to go look for that phone, what were you wearing?
Before that?
Nope, right when you left your group to go look for that phone, what were you wearing?
So I took my goggles, my snorkel, and my swimming trunks.
Did you have anything on your feet?
Yes, I had. On my feet, I had a pair of really, really torn up sandals.
Can I approach, Judge?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 113. Is this a packet of 9 photos of your sandals?
Yes.
You've seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Does that accurately show the condition of the sandals that you had?
Yes.
Can you just move to the admission of Exhibit 113?
Any objection?
I don't think I've seen them, Judge, if I can take a look at it.
Yes.
Oh, pardon, never mind, Mr. Anderson's seen them.
All right, 113 is received.
These weren't taken by you, were they?
Pictures? No.
No, these were taken by the Sheriff's Department, correct?
Yes.
Permission to publish, Judge?
Yes.
Can I just, because we're going to go through the PowerPoint, can I?
Yeah,
pass
just
them?
pass them to the jury.
He a bum. He just had raggedy slippers. So
Use your words. I know we have a picture that better does it, but just briefly, describe the condition of those sandals.
Horrible.
Okay?
They were just coming apart. I couldn't walk on them unless I tried to mend them.
Okay.
As you can see, I use leftover string to mend them.
When you left wearing those sandals and your shorts, did you have your pocket knife with you?
Yes.
Where was it?
In my right pocket, clipped to my...
Did you have that there pretty much all day?
Yes.
You were here when we watched the video of your interview with Brandy Hart, is that right?
Yes.
When you spoke with Brandy Hart, were you truthful to her about the knife?
No. I lied about the knife.
Was that your knife?
Yes, it is. It was.
Did you bring it with you when you went to go look for the phone?
Yes, I did.
When you went to go look for the phone, did you have any intent to harm anybody?
No.
Why'd you go leave your group?
To go look for the phone.
Okay. At some point, did you?
That's so funny. He says that's what he was going to do, is go look for this phone. But like, where he went to go look for the phone was like just in the spot where the kids were, like where their little thingy was, because that's where he was like he was digging around right on their little rafts and stuff. that they were, like that they were bunched around. Because his little bunch already had their rafts. Their rafts were over there with them. So like that. So he lost his phone right there under where these kids' rafts were, because that's where he was digging around. That's why I was trying to figure out. What was he doing when they started like kind of teasing him or whatever? Like, and he was digging around underneath of their rafts, like where their rafts were all like bunched up together, like the kids, their little donut thingies or whatever. He was reaching down there, but he was like looking up at them, which it was so weird. It was like he's like, what is this look on his face? It was like this weird thing. And then they, like, it was just weird. It was just like odd. I think they just was like, what are you doing over here? Like, you weirdo. Like, the first thing they thought was you weirdo. And when kids think you're weird, I mean, you about to get roasted. Like, that's what happened. They're like, what are you doing over here, you weird old dude? Go on. And then they just started, they just went in. You know what I'm saying? He got that verbal work. You know what I'm saying?
Have some contact with a group of teenagers.
Yes.
And you were here in court when we
Yes,
saw
Renee.
the 9-second video. Is that right?
Yes.
I want to show you just a couple of slides from that, if I could. Do you see those slides up there?
Yes.
Are those from that video?
Yes.
What are you doing in those 3 slides in general?
I was scanning the water, looking for the phone.
And are you, in that position, are you walking upriver or downriver?
Upriver, away from that group of boys.
Did you hear them say some things to you?
Yes.
Prior to your walking upriver and them, did you hear those words that I have written on that slide?
Yes.
Prior to your hearing those words when you were walking upriver, had you had verbal contact with that group?
I think so. They asked me what I was looking for, and I told them I'm looking for a phone, a lost phone.
Did you ever tell them that you were looking for little girls?
No.
Yeah,
Were you looking for little girls?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, he was.
When you,
He definitely
at the end
looked
of
like he
this,
was.
when you watch the video, at the end of the video, where I'm not
He
going to
was
play it,
creeping.
but do you remember what you did right there at the end?
He's a creep.
At the end, I was walking away.
Did you eventually turn around and face in the direction of the group that was yelling at you and calling you a raper?
Yes.
When you,
Yes.
Yeah. Got that fuzzy noise going on. Yeah. I'm looking up the victims' names. Ages. Yep, that's what I was thinking. From 17, there was 5 of them that got stuck. And the ages range from 17 to 24. Yeah. So the victims it was 5 of them, and they ranged from 17 to 24. Hey, Benny. What's up, boo? How you doing, Benny, boo, boo? Isn't that something? He over there, like, just stick. He over there just sticking people. Hey, Sirloin. They're still over there conversing. Trying to figure out look at him. What you looking at? Trying to figure out what you can open up. Trying to figure out what he can open. Like, I wonder what you look like on the inside. Sirloin, aka AJ. What's up, boo? How you doing? The like button for mama, please. Yes. Youngins, hello. Yes, exactly. Oh, here we go.
what did you do at the end of the video?
I was walking away.
At some point, did you ever become in a position where you were looking at that group of teenagers that had yelled at you?
Yes.
What did you see when you were looking at that group of teenagers after the end of this video?
I saw one of them holding a phone in a bag. And I believed it was what I was looking for. So I turned around and I started approaching him.
Why did you approach them?
I wanted to get a closer look at the phone to see if it was the one that that belonged to Ariel.
Did you eventually get near them?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
started walking, then
Uh-huh.
I rushed the pace,
Uh-huh.
stumbled
Oh, so you were running after him and then you tripped? Okay, got it.
and fell on my knees, held
Love
on
you
to
too,
their
AJ.
tube, at which point I lost my goggle and snorkel kit in the water.
Well, Jesus Christ, you already trying to find another man's phone. You done tried to run after the children. You done tripped and fell. Now you done lost your own snorkel. Oh, it's like he was applying for a job as a circus clown or something. This is ridiculous. The Three Stooges with a knife.
You saw in the video, or excuse me, you saw during your interview with Brandy Hart that you said things different than what you just said now about what happened to your snorkel and goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes,
Is your memory sometimes different than what you see in the video?
yes.
Was your memory, in your memory, what happened to your goggles?
In my memory, the goggles got
Knocked away?
knocked away. Yeah.
Section leading.
So got.
Oh, 1 second. When there's an objection, just wait.
Ain't that funny? He was running towards them to go check his phone out. He trips, falls in the water over his own goddamn toes and rocks, okay? Falls into the water, drops his own fucking snorkel. But in his memory, they knocked it off his face. Now I'm betting dollars to donuts. Let me guess, your memory also told you that you were in mortal danger, which is why you opened that boy up from navel to nose. Okay. Ow! Bitch! I think I got that pain because of the joke I just made. I think the navel to nose might have been a little out of line. So my spine was like, you know what? Ugh. A little bit of pain for you. You went too far, heifer. You went too far. Oh, that was funny to me, though. I'm sorry. It was not him getting cut, but just the navel to nose. You know, we've all heard this before. From navel to nose. It's like an old thing that would say, I'm slice you from navel to nose. It was like a threat from like a knight or a king or something.
Under answer. It is leading, sustained. Next question, please.
That's his answer.
Oh yeah, that's probably how he tripped. This raggedy ass shoe. Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened, Edward.
It's a leading question. Let's.
It's flip flop, flip back. You know, it flipped under. It's flippity flop.
Is your memory perfect?
Never.
Yeah. Oh.
Now that you've watched the video, do you realize that you were wrong about that?
Yes.
Oh, now that there's
What
evidence.
happened to your goggles?
Like they attacked me. Well, the video shows that you know grabbed them all and tried to drown them. That's what the evidence shows. Oh, do it? Oh, well, sometimes my memory can be a little off. Like, why you up here testifying then? Like your word ain't shit. Like your brain ain't even remember nothing. Like you remembering things the way that it's gonna let you go home, basically. He got that
My
let me
goggles
go memory.
fell in the water.
When they fell in the water, what did you do?
I started looking for them, searching right where they fell.
Oops, it's on already. Showing you here.
And it's all because the first thing he did, he told the police and stuff that they snatched it, that they slapped his snorkel off his face, and this is like he's trying to upsell why he just stabbed 5 kids. Like this is what he's trying to, you know. Oh, they knocked this off my face, and they did this, and they did that, and then they held my head under. They waterboarded me. They held all the things. All the things is what they did. And that's why I opened him up from navel to news. Okay.
Some slides, 220, 225,
Like
and
Bouton from Mama
279.
Please.
Can you tell us what you're doing?
I'm
Ow.
searching for the goggle kit.
And where are you in relation to the 6 teenagers' tubes? Are you on the side? Are you upriver? Are you downriver? Are you in some other
Where
position?
you at?
I'm upriver. So, yeah.
Look at
I'm
'em.
gonna then show you another group of slides,
There he is.
575, 600, and 625. What does that show you doing?
So what I did from that point, I went around the inner tubes to the other side, and I continued looking for the goggle and snorkel set.
Why did you walk around from the one side to get to the other side of the tubes?
Well, I thought that the water current would bring him over to the other side, and I was walking away from the boys at the same time.
Okay. During that time,
Yeah, sounds suspicious as hell, don't it? Hey, Terry, how you doing? Ow. Mm. Yes. Oh, sounds suspicious as hell. Told y'all, him being over there on the other side. He drops his snorkel walking up. Now he got his snorkel. He goes conveniently the spot he thinks it's at right now. It's convinced in his mind is right on the other side of their little canoe things. And guess what he's got in his pocket? If anything, I bet his intention was, I bet he was going to try to start popping their fucking little donuts to be a dick. Like, that's the feeling that I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got his little knife and he goes over here. He's probably like, I'm going to pop their little fucking donuts. They over here thinking they're having a good time. Hey, Erica, fine. That's what I feel. Like, that's what it looked like to me.
time that you walked in that direction, did you have any physical contact with them?
No,
Were you confronting them?
no. Didn't say a word.
Oh, you ain't say nothing? Oh, you's a liar.
This next set
He's a fucking liar.
of slides,
I wish
what
they-
does this show you doing here?
I'm walking away from the group.
Is that after you stuck him?
Go ahead.
Still looking for my goggles at that time.
When you were doing that, did you ever hear the kids say anything?
They gave me a warning.
What'd they say?
You got 10 seconds.
In response to that, what did you do?
I ignored them, and I actually continued doing what I was doing.
Okay. I can show you the next set of slides here. Were you in a position to see here 963, 1140, and 1155 what the teenagers were doing behind you?
They were getting closer and closer to me. They were walking towards me.
Were you in a position to see that? Was that behind you or had you turned around?
Well, I could hear their voices. I could hear that they were getting closer. At some point, I may have turned my head and witnessed that. They're coming towards me.
Showing you 1170, 1213, and 1284. What's happening here?
I'm at an angle to them, but I could say I have my back at them, still scanning the water, and they were right behind me. They got that close. Within seconds, they were right behind me.
At some point, did you see other people from another group?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw what seemed to me at the time adults coming over from the other side of the river.
And when you saw adults coming over from the other side of the river, what did you do?
I walked towards them. I walked towards this. The first one was Madison.
When you walked towards Madison, where were the 6 teenage boys that had been yelling at you?
Mm-hmm.
They're following me.
Okay. Were you in their path as you walked across the river towards Madison?
No.
Did they have as far as you know, did they have a clear path down the river if they wanted?
More than plenty.
Can I?
Yes,
Showing you this next group of photos. What did you?
wish to see the things.
What's going on here?
So in this frame here, the first adult that came to me was Madison. She already had her finger pointing downriver and yelling at me, and used some awkward words, ordering me to go down.
We see it looks like you're doing something with your right hand. Do you remember what are you doing with your right hand?
Yep, I was trying to explain to her what I'm looking for.
When you tried to explain to her what you were looking for,
I don't know, y'all. Look at this. Look at her hand. He says that she was pointing in his face. But this doesn't look like she's pointing in his face. And I'm going to tell you why. The distance between her and him, with her pointing her finger the way that she is, because of how far she is from him, she's not even pointing in his face. Have you ever pointed your finger in somebody's face and you pointed over their fucking head? Because that's what she would be doing. Because of the distance she is from him. She wouldn't even be pointing at his face because of how far she is from him and her pointing like that. Her hand, it looks like it's to the side. Like she's pointing in a direction. And then look what he's doing with his finger. It's like he's asking, this way? And she's pointing that way. So that's where his little friends are. Like, this is not her pointing in his face. Her hand is too fucking high for her to be that far away. But whatever, sir. You know, whatever. Don't even make any fucking sense. Look at that. She's not even close enough to be pointing in his face. If she was pointing in his face, if she was like standing, if her hand was here, she would be pointing at his forehead. If her hand reached here, because of how far she is, look, she's actually pointing up here. She's pointing like here because of how fucking far away she is. Yeah, nice try, sir. Nice try. Trying to
ordering me to go down.
I ain't tricking
we
nobody.
see it looks like you're doing something with your right hand. Do you remember what are you doing with your
He stabbed 5 kids aging between 17 and 24 and killed one of them. I think the youngest one. I think it was a 17-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, that died. Got him right in the heart. It was terrible.
right hand?
One of them he gutted, literally from navel up to the top of his rib cage. Opened him up. He was laid in the river, holding his guts were outside of his body. It's fucking gross. This is what he did to this one guy who was trying to break up the little argument he was having with one of them. He went like this, stuck him and pulled that motherfucker up to open him up like he was running up a zipper. Not just stuck him. Boom. Man, please. Hell no. Hell no. And this girl right here, he stabbed her too. She got stuck in the side. If she's the same one. Oh, no. She's not the one that got stuck to the side. That got stuck in the side. It was a blonde one. It's a blonde girl. It's a young girl too. That got stabbed also. She's blonde also, but not this one. This is an older lady.
And
Yep, I was trying to explain to her what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
when
see?
you tried to explain to her what you were looking for, did you get the impression she was listening to you?
No, her voice was too loud to.
As to what Madison had as an impression.
Okay.
Hold on, wait a second. Sustained speculation.
I'm asking about his impression, so I'll rephrase. Did you get the impression that
He don't even know what impression he got. What he thinks happened now is different from what he thought happened then.
Madison Cohen was going to listen to your words?
No.
Why not?
Because I wanted
she
to
was
stab
too
everybody.
loud.
That's why.
She
No, because if she listened to me, then I can't stab everyone. I mean, no, I don't think she was going to listen.
never stopped to give me a chance to talk, and she kept pointing and ordering me to go.
Bam! Thank you. She kept pointing and ordering me to what? Go where I'm pointing at, right? Go. That's what she was doing. And here he is talking about she's pointing in my face, got her finger in my eyeball. No, she was telling you to go to fuck on. She was telling you, go over there. Why are you over here with these kids? She's one of the people that's supposed to be watching these kids that is on this river, right? It's a bunch of kids. So she tells him, just go to your group. And he's like, no, I gotta find my snorkel and my other stuff that I'm saying that they knocked off my face. But now that I think about it, and now I have to confess because it's on camera, I really just tripped over my slipper and lost on my own. Sir, I don't believe nothing you say, okay? This is what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you, sir.
Go downriver.
We've all heard the tape, but just to be, was she using polite language?
Polite? No.
Did you hear anyone saying anything behind you when you walked over to Madison Cohen?
Yes, they're all calling me names.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so did you ever get a look at that phone and see that it wasn't your friend's phone, which once you found that out, seems like you should have gone the fuck on, but you didn't? No? Oh. Oh, your little lawyer ain't gonna point that out. He ain't gonna say nothing like, did you ever get a chance to see the phone? Was it his? No? Why the fuck are you still over there? I don't know what you're doing over there. You lost your snorkel. That ain't
Showing
his
you
phone.
the next set of
Why are we
slides here, 1776, 1840, and 1824. What are you doing here in this set of slides?
I'm turning my back towards Madison and the rest of the people.
Why did you turn your back to Madison and the rest of the people?
It felt to me like I couldn't have a conversation with her at that point. She was not listening.
Look, see, look,
And
look,
I
look.
didn't want to.
See, according to him, she's pointing in his face. But look, as you can see, from where she stands, she's pointing in a direction. Look, she's pointing out there somewhere. Clearly not pointing in your fucking face. Look at this piece of shit. I'm going to tell you what. Oh my gosh. And this is the thing. This is what happens though. Like people who are not from here, like say he's like from Russia, right? And because he has that fucking accent, and you know, they're like, they have this kind of calmish looking thing, but inside it'd be like rage. But they're very good at not displaying it physically on their face. Like us, we're like emotional basket cases. Like Americans, we are very emotional, you know? We show our emotion, we show our expression. That's why we have Botox, you know? Always showing how we feel. But they don't do that. So you can't tell. And it's like, he has this like accent thing. And it's just like, to us, it looks like, oh, he's just seems so calm. It would be so easy to believe. But hell motherfucking no. I'm going to tell you what I know. We need to find out, which I know we haven't, okay, because it's Russia. We ain't gonna find out, okay? We would need to find out his history there. It would tell us all we fucking need to know, okay? It would tell us all we fucking need to know, all right? There's a history here. You don't stick a knife in a kid and pull that motherfucker straight up to the rib cage. Nah, you don't do that. You don't do that if that's the first time you ever done that. No. First time you stick something in somebody, you ain't gonna pull that motherfucker up. You gonna throw up. Okay? You gonna gag, you gonna throw up. Okay? This motherfucker pulled that thing up, got an adrenaline rush, honey. Was smiling as he stuck the other 4 fucking people. All kids. 17 to 24. Age. Nobody's got a weapon but him. He's over there. Everybody's telling him to go back to his friends. He refuses to. And his next plan of action is to open this boy up, stab this girl in her fucking side, stick this kid in his heart, and 2 other kids. Just, yeah, nah, bro. Nah, he need to get, I don't know if they're going to prosecute him over there in Russia. So he need to get at least 50 years here. That'll secure his whole lifetime. But if he just happens to live past it, then he can get deported. Once he make it past that 50 years. So if he lived to be 110, I don't know how old this man is. I don't know. If he lived to be 110, 15 or whatever, then they can deport whatever's left of him. Okay? But nah, I don't trust that. Hell no. You can't go by them and tell you. You cannot. It's a different. They're different. So that's the thing people don't understand. Like people are different countries. It's everything's different. Like here we are emotional. We show it on our faces how we feel. They don't do that. You can't tell. They can be calm and then burn your shit down, pull you out, cut your fucking head off, and then go have tea. It's like that's just what it is. Like it's just we can't read them. We can't read their faces. We're not trained to read their faces. We're just not. It's just what it is. It don't mean he's terrible, but it means we don't fucking know is what it means. That's what it fucking means. We can't be like, oh, he seems so calm. I know, but maybe. No. All I saw was he did all of that and he managed to have a smirk on his face. He was the calmest I've ever seen a person be. As he just floats off with his friends like nothing fucking happened. You can't be like that as a human unless you've had some type of encounter, something like this. This is not the first rodeo for you as far as killing, maiming other humans. Period. Poo.
I didn't want to interact any further.
I don't trust you,
Had
sir.
you at that point found your snorkel or
You ain't
goggle?
slick.
No,
Had you at that point found the phone?
no.
Did you hear anybody saying
Hey,
anything
Jamie.
while you stood there with their back
Maxine.
to them?
Oh yeah,
Hit the like
What
button,
did
Kevin.
you hear?
they were still yelling. He's looking for
What's up,
little
Moose?
girls.
Were you looking for little girls?
Absolutely not.
When you heard them,
weren't looking
did
for
you
little
consider that
girls?
to be a lie?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Sustained.
I asked, did you consider that to be a lie? I don't
Yes,
think
of
that's
Hold on,
course.
please.
Don't think that's legal.
I sustain the objection. Please move on.
When you heard that, did you consider it to be truthful or did you consider it to be untrue?
Untrue.
And when you heard someone say an untruth about you, did that change how you were feeling?
I felt frustrated. I felt annoyed. They kept saying it over and over, so it annoyed me and frustrated me.
And when you heard them say this untruth about you, did it appear to you as if the other group that had come over agreed with what these the teenagers were yelling about you?
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
Did
What
you
if they
think
did
anybody in the other group
prosecution
was
thing
going
yet?
to help you or listen to you when you were being called these names and accused of being a pedophile?
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
How did you feel?
Well, I felt overwhelmed at that point. I felt still annoyed, frustrated. I felt like she wasn't listening. She was the adult I thought I was going to reason with or get help from. She obviously didn't even attempt to reprimand the children from yelling.
Showing you another slide here. Some 1838, 1846, and 1865. Is that you?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Judge, can we approach?
Yes.
Ooh, here we go. Let me see something. Is this the? I want to see where
And
the
since you reviewed the
prosecution-
video, you know that before you ran up on them, you were touching your knife in your pocket to make sure it was there, right?
I don't remember that.
All right, well,
There we
let's
go.
take a look.
Yeah, that's what I want to fucking see. I want to see when the prosecution get on that ass.
You can take the screen down. Starting at 134.
The prosecution.
And how were your matches to be? Where are you working on that?
I lied about the knife.
Was that your knife?
Yes, it is. It was
Did you bring it with you when you went to go? Do you speak in?
Romanian.
What?
They pushed me down. They threw me in the.
Keep going. And since,
A million other spots.
sure, but you chose to go to that spot.
I didn't even notice those boys there at the time when I was searching.
When you got on the river, you were wearing that long sleeve cap.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the part where where the prosecution's talking to him. Cause he gonna dig in that ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Okay, he getting softballed here because this is the defense question to him. His own man's. His ace one. Okay? Been there since the whole thing begun, you know. I want to see what happens when the when the state, you know.
I want to ask you some questions about those nightmares, okay? Just to put it in just this tight little box, okay? You've had nightmares?
Yes.
And the nightmares have been about what happened.
They pushed me down. They threw me.
Mm-hmm.
River's Edge sells or rents out those phone cases, right?
I don't know that.
The people in your, and that was the River's Edge.
Beers.
Exhibit 12.
Okay.
What do you believe would have happened to you had you not used your knife?
I would have.
Okay, here we go. This is what we will watch. We're going to watch this. I want to see what happens here. This is the good stuff. This right here, the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Let's switch this up real quick. Let's see. There it is. That's the one. All right. Let us see how well he fares against the state. Just gonna drag that ass, you hear me? Hit the like button for mama, please, okay? It's gonna magically make my back not hurt. Because I said so. That's how. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna drag that down there like so. We're gonna move that over here like do. Bow. All right.
Have died. I believe I would have been killed that day.
Why'd
Or at
you,
that specific time
why'd you use your knife?
to defend myself.
This is the end of the
Those are the only questions I have, Judge.
defense. Okay, here we go.
Just missed that.
Your life about to get ruined, sir. It's about to be on like Donkey Kong.
Approach, Judge. Mr. Miu, you've been drinking that day, right?
Yeah, I had a
And
Like
showing us the
beers.
mark is Exhibit 12A. You recognize that?
yes.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
recognize
group photo of
that,
you
sir?
folks from the beginning of the river?
Yep.
In fact, you're holding a beer.
Correct.
Looks like everybody in your group has some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Looks like it.
You see numerous people in your group with these phone cases around their necks.
Yeah.
And as you're going down the river, you saw lots of people with phone cases around their necks, right?
Mm-hmm.
All day long?
Yeah.
In fact, River's Edge sells or rents out those phone cases, right?
I don't know that.
Did people in your group rent or buy phone cases from the tube rental?
I have no
stand?
idea.
Right? You've testified that
What did he testify?
you were told to bring the knife before you left your home, right?
Correct.
And the reason for bringing your knife on the river was to cut strings or ropes for the tubes, right?
Correct.
And that was the reason you brought it.
Correct.
In fact, you told the police that after your tubes were tied together, you thought you put your knife back in the car. Right?
Correct.
But in fact, it was in your pocket.
Yes.
No, I seen the videos too. I saw the videos first, like before I heard anything else. I saw the videos, and my first thought was, "Fucking kids." That was my first thought. Like just seeing it. I mean, they were like, kind of, pushing them around and they pushed them down, and then, like, he said something, and then of course, how kids do. They'd be like, "What did you say? You looking for a girl? You trying to get a little girl? What? What? Ah!" They did that thing that kids do. It's terrible. They're awful. That's why everybody says kids are the worst. This is the problem is once you put all the things together. Samantha, hey boo. Thank you, honey butts. Say hi, mama and siblings. If you are here, go on and hit that like button. Yes, honey. And double check and make sure you are still subscribed, because YouTube will unsubscribe your ass. Won't tell you shit. Just snatch your shit behind your back. Just no consent. None. Like, fuck your consent. You ain't getting none. You know what I'm saying? And yes, hit that link at the top to become a member. Helps support the channel on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Keeps mama here and not there, which is the goal. And if you can, love you all. Says sorry I'm late. Was getting a chest x-ray because I may have pneumonia. Girl, where you over there living at? It seemed like you would always have pneumonia, honey. I would be living with fluid in my lungs if I lived where you live, honey. Sammy sent me some pictures of so funny. I don't know if it was like, well, she sent me a picture. It was like, I think it was like a picture of her husband coming home or whatever, and it was like snow. It was like, it looked like a blizzard. I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? But apparently that's just normal. I'm like, shit. I'll be living with pneumonia, honey. Oh, I hope you feel better, boop boop. Mm-hmm. Keep your head up. Ooh. Tony's sitting in the emergency room right now, honey. Saucy. Sammy Sam's. Tony sitting over there in the emergency room waiting his turn, honey. He ain't feeling good today neither. I told him we just forced to be in pain in this life. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we got to stick it out. We're gonna be here. It is what it is. We just have to live the lives with the pain in it. That's all. Somebody had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Why not us, I guess. I don't. That's how I like to think of it. You know what I'm saying? Say gifted 5 memberships. To see who got Robin Matecki, Michelle Wendleton, Mark Konzarowski, Coffee Cake, and Steve Albuquerque. Yes. Everybody say thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, boo. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Raquel. Hey, boo. Had a migraine for head, but now I'm here having a daily laugh. Yes, honey. Oh, yeah. So I was saying, like, that's what I thought at the beginning. When I first seen it, I was just like, this is just typical teenagers. And they just, basically just did this to somebody who probably may have had high anxiety. Because it's like you could do that shit. You can push people down, taunt. It just takes that. You do that to the wrong person, a person who has high anxiety, and he had a weapon. That's what I thought at first until all the things together. All the things together. And then his face, the look on his face, wow. And then him stabbing that girl. Like, because if he stuck that girl, and if they were all in like a frenzy all around him when he stabbed that girl, okay. But they weren't. He stepped towards her and stuck her in her side. Step back, in his spot. Okay, was like he just did everything except for go the fuck on. Like, but once he did his first stab, nobody was charging this man. Nobody tried. He stabbed that first guy. He gutted the first one. The first guy who got stuck got gutted. He gutted a guy, and then stabbed 5 more people. Once he stabbed that one, everybody was trying to back away from him, and so no, no. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, baby. For hitting the like button. Hit the like button like Kevin did before he leaves.
Was it in your pocket the whole day?
No.
All right, well, we're gonna get to that. Once the tubes are tied together with the rope, and you said that you thought that you put it back in your car, you don't have a reason to have the knife anymore, right? It accomplished its purpose, right?
I didn't know that at the time.
All right. Did you tell the cops, that the police, that you didn't think you were going to need it, and that's why you thought you put it in the car?
I may have.
All right.
Look at him. See? Lying.
Were you present when Steve Kaufman, who owns River's Edge, testified first day of the trial?
Yes.
And you heard him say that they sell pre-cut cords for $1, right?
Right.
All right. And then, did you see in the picture, when you got on the river, you were wearing that long sleeve camel shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
A hat and sunglasses?
Correct.
All right. Ariel's phone was in one of those cases, right?
Good night, Kevin.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
All right. And is it your understanding that those cases are float cases?
That's what I was told.
All right. And you told Lieutenant Hart that it was in a float case, right?
Correct.
Once the phone disappeared, there was conversation amongst the folks in your group about whether it was even worth it to go look for it, right?
That's what I learned.
And in fact, you were told that they didn't care about the lost phone because they had insurance to cover it, right?
That's what I learned here, but I don't remember that as a conversation.
Nobody asked you to go look for the phone, right?
Correct.
You chose to do that on your own.
I volunteered.
And in fact, members of your group were a little annoyed that you were stopping again so quickly after having been at the hideaway where you'd stopped for lunch.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Did you hear anybody in your group say, "Why are we stopping again?"
I didn't stop the group.
The group stopped when you decided to go off on your own to look for this phone, right?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Right?
They already stopped. I got off the tube to look for so I didn't stop them.
In any event, you're the one who insisted on looking for it. Nobody asked you to do that, right?
Objection, ask and answer.
Yeah, see, that was a bit aggressive because, in all honesty, Mama is a finder. I love to find the things. You can't tell me you lost your phone and Mama not go off trying to look for it. I just like to. I like to be the one to find the thing. It's like in my DNA. Like, that's why you can't tell me you're looking for something. Like in my job, like somebody come around me talking about, I'm looking for my stethoscope. It's whatever, and they tell me whatever color theirs is. And I will immediately drop what I'm fucking doing and start looking for the stethoscope because I just like to be the one who finds the thing. It's just something that makes me feel like I feel powerful. It makes me feel useful. I just really like it. So if I was this guy and somebody lost their phone, I know for a fact I would hop my happy ass off this thing and feel the need to start looking in the water. But I wouldn't go off. Like if it was that much water and it was in a general area that I knew we were in when it happened, I would go looking for it. But if we've been going down this thing and he don't even know when he lost it, fuck that phone, you know? I would look down where we at. I don't see it. But I would, but I get it. I get that. I can see that. But I feel like it was something else that was a motive. Like the kids were over there hooting and hollering. They were over there making a bunch of noise. There was some underage drinking even going on. You know what I'm saying? They're over there being just obnoxious and loud. And he gives me the vibes of just the way that he reacted to seeing a picture of his dog. With all of this going on, The only emotional response this man has to give is to seeing a picture of his dog. It makes me feel like he lives very much alone and he's just this older dude who lives by himself. And what do those guys hate the most? Fucking cackling fucking kids outside. Okay? I think he just wanted to kick up some shit. He just had that thing where he just wanted to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's just what it was. I don't think he went over there to stick anybody, but I think he took that opportunity when it presented itself and he had it in him for a reason because he probably has a history.
Sustained.
And
My
when you
skin is
left
so
to go look
dry
for the
and
phone, you had your
bumpy.
goggles and your snorkel, right?
And then you lost it because of your flip-flop. Got it. Got
You
it.
knew
The like
that
button.
the phone was in a float bag, at least that's what you told police afterwards, right?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
So
hubby
the
driving
bag,
home.
the phone and the float bag would have been floating, right?
Rosebud.
supposedly,
All right, and so you wouldn't need a snorkel and goggles to find a phone floating on top of the water, right?
I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
was actually floating or not. Never tested.
That's exactly what it is. Rosebud. That's exactly what it is. This was a bunch of assholes that all came together this one day to find out what happens when you fuck around and find out. This is exactly what this is. She said, the kids lied, he lied. Why? Because they all know that their bad behavior that day instigated the horrific end, and he lied because he too did wrong. The prosecution knows their case is weak. Yeah, that's why you can always tell, because same reason why it's like this thing is like I get this weird vibe from him where it's kind of weird to me that he could put that thing in somebody and pull it up. I'm uncomfortable with that completely. That on top of then him sticking that girl on her side, stabbing that girl on her side, and him feeling the need to stick 4 other, like it was 5 people that he stuck with this knife, with that grin on his face, with that smirk thing on his face while he's doing these things. It's very uncomfortable, but ultimately, with what was going on there, they did give him a window to do that. They gave him a window to do that. Because just because he seems a little odd to me doesn't mean he doesn't have the right to feel scared. And if I was in that situation and I had that and I was being like surrounded by a bunch of people, I'm gonna try to, kick them fucking shins. But if somebody comes swinging on me, you're gonna get this work. I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all accidentally kill me. You ain't gotta mean to kill me. All you gotta do is think it's funny to knock me down. I bust my head on a rock and now I'm dead. And y'all like, oh my God, my college career. Fuck you, bitch. So I get it. I get it. It's that's a toughie. This is one of those cases where it's like you can see both sides. So it's kind of exciting. You don't know where it's gonna land. And in all honesty, no matter which side it lands on, I mean, if you're not involved in it or family of somebody, especially not the mother of that boy who died, you know what I'm saying? Then you can kind of see how it happened. But you know what I'm saying? So it's exciting. It's like, and it's different when it's like when you just know that motherfucker guilty. That dude is an asshole. That kind of stuff. It's like it's just fun to make fun of, because he's a dick and deserves it. But with this, you just can't really tell. There's like a lot of different ways. Yeah.
Tested it.
All right, well, you would agree that a phone has some weight to it,
Yes,
and if it wasn't a float bag, it would sink to the bottom, right?
yes,
Where it was dropped.
correct. Well, or remember, it's a river, so
Sure.
it could have flown down.
The river has current, right?
Right. So it
All
could
right, if I
have
can
flown.
approach, I'm gonna draw something here.
Yes.
You remember when you met with Lieutenant Hart, you drew a diagram of the river.
Bluesy news.
All right, and this is your group up here at the sandbar, right?
Mhm.
This is the boys' group down here. I'll put initials IS.
Dr.
Isaac Schumann,
King.
right?
Correct.
This is the diagram that you wrote.
Yeah, they were pretty shitty.
drew
They're
for
pretty shitty little
Lieutenant
kids.
Hart. The phone was lost over here, right?
Mhm.
Instead of looking downstream for it, where the current was going, you went this way, across the current,
No,
to look for the phone. You made contact with Isaac Schuman's group on the other side of the river.
But that's not where I started looking for it, straight across the river.
That's where you ended up making contact with
I
them.
ended up there, but I didn't start there.
All right. The phone would not have floated across the current, right?
Well, I don't know where he lost it. That's where we pulled over. He could have lost it minutes before we even anchored.
So when you testified a minute ago that the phone was lost,
You see what I mean? Look at his eyes. It's something, I don't know. It's just something. There's something about him that says, look into him, check his history. But he's from fucking Russia. We ain't gonna get the history we looking for. We ain't gonna find out the secrets that this man got behind his eyeballs. But I just know, not everybody can stick a kid in the belly and pull that thing up to the rib cage. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. And then stick 4 other people. All kids. To him, his version of fucking kids. This dude is old. They were 17 to 24. Not everybody can pull that the fuck off with a straight fucking face. This dude got some history. I ain't losing my fucking mind. I know it. I feel it. Everything in me is screaming. There's something there. And once this trial is over, oddly enough, is when it'll come out. We'll find out. Somebody who knows him from the old country will tell. We'll know.
where your group was labeled M, now you're changing that story?
In that vicinity.
Mischaracterize his testimony.
Again, members of the jury, what the attorneys say is not evidence. Rely on the witness's testimony. Next question, please.
In any event, it's your testimony that you had reason to go over to the south side of the river where Isaac Schuman.
Man, this dude from Russia. It ain't the sheets. This dude is from Russia. What's Russia known for? Okay? For Russians. You know, right? I don't know. What's Russia known for? Like, what's Russia's import thing or whatever, or export? What's Russia's export? Main export? Anybody know? Trivia moment. Samantha says, see, there's something in the cheese in Wisconsin, not in the water. Nah. Wondering if he had to stab all the 4 after he stabbed the first one. They may find he's guilty of some of them. Ooh, that's a good ass fucking point, Terry. Him stabbing the first one. Yeah, maybe. They might get him on that. They might be like, okay, the first one we can kind of understand. Even though he was, in his mind, trying to break it up. He's like down, and this guy's keeping him down. And when he tries to stand up, the guy tries to push him back down on the ground. So that, you know, to keep them separated. But he don't know this dude from a hole in the wall. So to him, it's like, why are you trying to make me stay down so y'all could do something to me? You know? So, you know what I'm saying? That could be an easy one. That could be an easy one to get out of. But the other ones, not so fucking much. Not so fucking much. No, yeah, that's a good ass point. Maybe they'll split them up. Maybe they'll find him not guilty of the first one. Of the first charge, but the other ones, okay, you know what? I like it. Yeah. It's like understanding that a cop did something, but then saying it was excessive force. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, I understand you doing that. Oh, okay, so we see you shot him because he thought he was a threat, but then you shot him 80 times, then walked up to him, cut his head off. It's a little excessive. So yeah, go and get these charges, okay? Come get these charges.
Humans group.
Thank you, Samantha. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Ooh. Tell your lungs to stop bothering you. Tell them Mama said, chill the fuck out. That's what you tell your lungs. I don't know where they at. I don't know where they located. They in the back. Just point to them and tell them what Mama said, Sam. Tell them to cut it out. Okay.
to look for a phone. That's your story?
I had reason to search in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where that phone fell in the water. I don't think even Ariel knew.
That thing could have fell in the water when y'all first got in it. That phone could be in the parking lot where y'all started. I mean, it might be in the truck. How sure are you that he even brought it? What if he still got? What if he never lost it and it's in his pocket? Did you check?
He lost it. We didn't drop the phone when we anchored. He dropped the phone before we got there.
Fair to say that at that point in the river is 150 feet wide,
Yep,
and Isaac Schumann's group was on the south side of the river.
correct.
Your group's on the north side of the river.
100 feet.
Rather than searching the north side, you went to the south side of the river. Is that fair to say?
I already looked in that area.
That's not what I'm asking. You went over to the south side of the river, right?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
You did, right?
What was that question again?
You went over to the south side of the river to supposedly look for this phone, right?
I ended up there at that point, yes.
And you chose to go over there and look for it, where these boys were.
Asked and answered.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
Over to where these boys were to supposedly look for this phone, right?
Chose to look in that area, yes.
There was other areas of the river where these boys weren't located that you could have searched until they floated past.
Yep. That's a good ass fucking point. That's an awful lot of fucking water for you to decide that somehow, some way, it must be right underneath of these boys' rafts. That's a very, suspicious thought you had there. Like I said, he wanted to go over there and kick up some shit with these kids. Probably had it in his mind that he was going to pop their little rafts to be a dick. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. This is like grumpy old fucking men. This is what this is. This is a grumpy old man who was bitter because these kids was out here hooting and hollering, making a bunch of noise. He was disturbed. He literally is like that old dude in the neighborhood that hates when the kids is riding up and down the street on their bikes and, hooting and hollering, yelling and throwing footballs and shit. That's what he wanted to go over there and kick up some shit. That's what he wanted to do. But he had a little, he's not just some regular old dude without this weird history. He's a guy with a darkness. He has a darkness. When you got a darkness with you, you need to avoid anything like confrontational, because you're not going to be able to control yourself once something happens. It's the darkness. This dude got a darkness. What I would want to know is where it comes, like what's his history?
Right?
A million other spots.
How many bodies is
But you chose to
behind
go to that spot.
I didn't even notice
you
those
got a
boys there
collection.
at the time when I was searching.
You were present in court when Eric Williams, who was a member of your group, testified, right?
Right?
You heard him testify?
Yes.
And you were here when he testified that he had some concerns about you going over to snorkel by this group, Isaac's group.
I heard him.
And one of his concerns is that he thought that they would think you were a predator, right?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
He testified that you didn't have your knife in your pocket the whole time, right?
Correct.
When you decided to go snorkel over by Isaac Schumann's group, you had the knife in your pocket.
Yes.
Did you go back to your group and get it?
No, I had the knife. I testified I did not have the knife in my pocket the whole time. When we pulled over there, I fixed my shoes. Then I left it in my pocket.
All right, but somehow, so when you get ready to snorkel,
Yes.
you've taken off your shirt, right?
Yes.
Your hat,
Yes.
your sunglasses.
Correct.
You left the knife in your pocket.
I forgot it in my pocket.
Well, on the video, we can see you touching your knife, right? You knew it was in your pocket.
I mean, honestly, having a knife in your pocket when you're swimming in like a lake or a creek or something like that is not that odd. Some people fish like that. Like, or what if something like a snake get on you or bite you or something? Like, you know, I would feel better about having a knife in the water, even if it wasn't the ocean. So that don't really mean nothing. So he reaching.
Well, when you walk, it starts, yeah, but
It has weight,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So you can't forget it's there because it's got weight. Correct?
at some point, I forgot I had it in my pocket when, yeah.
You
when
weren't
you
gonna,
walk.
you were not going to need your knife to snorkel and look for a lost phone.
Correct.
Asked and answered.
Overruled.
You weren't going to need your knife for that task that you set out to do, right?
I wouldn't even need anything.
But you brought it with you anyhow.
Like I didn't need shorts either, but I was
It happened
wearing
to be in my
those.
pocket, yes.
When she got over to where Isaac Schumann's group was, they made it readily apparent they did not want you over by them, correct?
That's not true.
They didn't call you names?
Yes, but they asked me what I was looking for. And I thought they were polite people. I said, I'm looking for my lost phone.
They did not want you by them, and they told you that, right?
At some point, yes.
And that's the short video. You turn around and you're walking away, right?
Yes.
But then Joanne Cockfield calls you a raper, right?
Yes.
And then you turn around
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and you were angry.
I was not angry.
Oh, you were not angry that someone called you a raper.
No.
So
all
why
right?
you come
You
back
look
then?
at Joanne, who's filming you, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, your testimony is that even though many people on the river have these phones and these float cases, you decided that was the phone and you needed to run up and check.
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
Your testimony earlier was you thought he had the phone, right?
I thought he had the phone, yes.
Right.
I wanted to investigate.
And you, instead of walking up and saying, hey, is that the phone I'm looking for? You ran up on these boys, didn't you?
Yes.
I ran up and stumbled, and then I fell right by their, yes.
That's my next question. You're claiming now that you stumbled.
Yes.
You've never said that before today, ever, to anybody, any law enforcement or anybody else. Right?
But I have seen the videos now.
Well, we're going to take a look at the video.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at that video. Let's see him fall in his slippers. Hit the like button for Mama, please. He gonna fall in his slippers, y'all. Should be hilarious.
And since you reviewed the video, you know
Mama,
that
where's
before
the
you
candy?
ran up on them,
Oh my God, Sam, I have no candy. I have nothing. Yesterday, I had no sweets. So yesterday, because I had nothing sweet, and I'm too broken to go to the store. Like my back hurts. So I told my son to look up how to make peach cobbler because I had peaches in the cupboard. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell him to make some peach cobbler so I can have something sweet because I have nothing sweet. I have nothing. I have no sweet things. I just ate the last of the peach cobbler, so I don't have any more. Ow! I only had one can of peaches. I'm so craving something delicious right now, and I have nothing. I have nothing. I have nothing. So me having to go to work tomorrow, I'm not that mad about because at least I'll be outside and then I can go and get some stuff because I have no food, well, I have food, but I want candy. I don't have nothing. I want something sweet so bad. I want something like, I like to have like shit, I don't know. Just something fucking sweet would be great. But the more water I drink, the more it makes me want something else. I think there's nothing sweet in here. Let me check with my son. I hope your sciatic is feeling better. Yeah, me too. I gotta go to work tomorrow no matter what. So I'll be able to go to the store. Every time I move or breathe in, it feels like someone is punching my ribs on my right side. I hope everyone feels better soon. Oh, I know. Yeah, it hurts when I inhale really hard. Oh, I'll tell you what's really horrible happened. I had to sneeze, like I've had to sneeze all day, but I have not, like I've been pushing it back because the idea of me sneezing, like when I'm about to, like it's about to come up, I feel it's like, it literally feels like if I sneeze, my whole back is gonna, like my lower back is just gonna burst. Like it feels like it's gonna split open, tear, pow. Like that's what it. So I'm like, I cannot sneeze. I cannot. And even me coughing. Well, but if I stand up, I found this. If I stand up, I can cough. But me sitting down, I cannot cough. So I got into almost got into like a coughing fit earlier. Ow! See, that hurt too. That's something burping. Burping hurt too. Like it's like, I don't know what the movement is, but it's something about these things that there's a movement that I do, I guess, when I do them that throws me off, and then my shit hurts like balls, man. Hurts like hurty balls. Thank you, Samantha. Mama, love you. Yes, you do. Ooh. Yeah, Instacart. I almost did that earlier, Erica Fine, but I told myself I'm not doing that no more. I ain't gonna be using no Instacart. I'm gonna stop being that lazy. Because every time I get into phases where I do stuff like that, I will not leave the house at all. Like, and so it just makes me lazier. So I don't want to do that. So I decided, but trust me, I was on there looking, scrolling, and you know, but I decided not to.
You were touching your knife in your pocket to make sure it was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
All right, well, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's look. Look. As he's walking over there, he's touching, make sure he got his knife in his pocket. See how y'all feel when y'all see this part. Let's see it. I don't think I've seen this part. Yeah, Mama got a sweet tooth, Robert. Mama wants something sweet.
Back up one. That's you with your right hand touching your pocket where your knife was clipped in, right?
It appears so.
What is he on? Whoa! 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 Get away!
So you're claiming today that where you reach down and grab at these boys' legs where their tubes are, that was a stumble. Is that your story?
Objection argumentative.
Oh, that's what he's saying. He stumbled.
I
He didn't fucking stumble. Oh, that's what he came up with to try to justify him all of a sudden running towards him. That was him trying to say, oh no, I had lost my footing and fell forward. Oh, he ran at this boy. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at him.
I know I hit a stone, yes, but I grabbed onto their inner tubes.
Is that what you call them, inner tubes?
And you know where you grabbed onto their inner tube is where two of these boys had their legs draped over their inner tubes,
Might be
right?
like an outer
see that.
tube.
And you
It's
made
more like
contact with
more like
their
an outie
legs, didn't
tube.
you?
You was touching
I
on
don't
legs.
remember that.
You don't remember?
I see it on the video. I don't remember actually making contact.
No,
As soon as
you
you
don't
did
remember?
that, boys jumped out of their tubes to get away from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And you held on to their tubes so that their tubes couldn't float away.
For how long?
Well, I'm asking you. You did,
Yeah, it looks like for a brief 1 second.
and you were searching through their tubes.
Or what?
You walked around their tubes. Rather than letting their tubes go so they could get back in their tubes and be on their way, you walked around their tubes.
So after my goggles dropped in the water, I went around their tubes to go to the other side
to get the goggles.
and look for my goggles.
Let's
Makes
talk
sense.
about your goggles for a second, because you told the police, specifically Lieutenant Hart, that these
See, now that makes a whole lot more sense. See, him saying he was walking up, stumbled, fell, lost his goggles as he was walking up. It makes sense where he went then to go suddenly start looking for his goggles. It just didn't make sense. But this makes a whole lot more sense. He ran to this dude, ran up to him or whatever, probably trying to startle the shit out of him, and his goggles fell. So now he's stuck standing there trying to find his fucking goggles. I'm gonna tell you, this is what happens when assholes meet assholes and knives are involved. This is what happens. This is how it ends. This is why you mind your fucking business. You know what I'm
Boys knocked your goggles off your face, and that you were looking for your goggles at that point, right?
I don't remember my interview with her, correct?
But you heard yourself say it in the interview.
Yes, yes.
And in fact, that nothing of the sort ever happened, right?
So the interview with Brandy Hart was not accurate.
What you said
Yeah, he did
at
lose
the
a lot of
time
weight,
is
Robert.
what you wanted the police to believe happened, right?
That's what I remembered at the
Okay.
time.
And from the video, you can see that you actually put your goggles in your mouth so you would have two free hands to be able to grab onto these boys' tubes, right?
Yes.
So you were preparing for your stumble before it actually even happened?
No, Robert, I wish I did.
I wasn't prepared for anything.
These boys were calling you names to go away, right? After you grabbed onto their tubes, touched their legs.
I
they-
don't remember any of that stuff.
All right, you
but-
don't remember them calling
but-
you, asking you what you were doing?
Watching the videos, yes, but unnatural remembering, no.
Do you remember as you're running up, they're saying, whoa, 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 what's he doing?
I don't remember that.
All right, but you've seen it on the video.
Yes.
And then once you've made contact with two of these boys' legs and grabbed onto their tubes,
Mm-hmm.
they started calling you a pedophile, right?
What? It's only 33 likes. We've been in here an hour and 41 minutes. That's impossible. How is it? I know, like, you see 36 people watching, and it's 33 likes, but I'm going to tell you how many people have cycled through here, though. Because that's not how many people have been in here. That's just how many people are in here right now. So it being 33 likes, that's terrible. Like, that's, you know, that hurts mama's feelings, in fact. How is that even possible? Let me tell you how many people have cycled through here. It's just people who have come in. They come in and then they go out. They click into other stuff. This is how many people have cycled through here since we've been on here. There have been, let's see. Where is it? There it is. 200. There have been 200 people. 200 people have cycled in and out of this thing. And I'm only at 33 likes. That's crazy. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all is tripping, honey. Y'all are tripping. Y'all just mean to mama. Why you want to be like that? Why you gotta go and do that, love, huh? Hey, why you gotta go and do that? It's terrible. It's terrible. Just looking to hurt mama's feelings. Oh, 35 now? It's awful. Hit the like button. Go and hit that there link at the top of the chat and become a member. You know what I'm saying? Help support the channel on a regular basis. For $5 small a month, you can keep mama alive. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, okay. Review.
I don't remember when they started calling me.
Do you remember them calling you a pedophile at all? Or do you just know that from watching the video?
Correct.
Oh, so then what made you turn back
You
around?
testified that they were calling you names earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that upset you.
Mm-hmm.
It did not upset me.
Okay? Your attorneys talked about your comfort scale and your fear scale. Let's talk about your anger scale, okay?
Mhm.
At the time you were called a raper, what was your anger scale at?
Maybe 1.
1 out of 10?
Yeah.
And that was enough to get you to run up on these boys, grab onto them, stop their tubes at a 1. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Objection, argument is that's not what it said.
Sustained.
You don't like being humiliated, right?
Nobody does.
Your attorney has said that these boys were
good point.
humiliating you.
Objection as to his making.
Sustained on the form.
You're claiming that you were being taunted.
Objection, did not testify to that.
Sustained. Form.
Ow! Jesus.
You had testified earlier that your shoes, there was problems with your shoes, but as you can see from the portion of the video we played so far, those shoes didn't prevent you from running up on these boys, right?
Yes, they did. There was, if I had better shoes, you know, I could walk better, but I could still walk.
If you had better shoes, you would have been able to run up on them faster.
No, I mean, I could walk better. I wouldn't stumble. I wouldn't have a hard time walking.
All right, we're going to watch the video again, and I want you to, if you can, point out for everybody where you stumbled.
Yeah, where was this stumble at? Man, he's doing a terrible job. I would be nailing in, I would be honing in on that girl, on him stabbing that girl. Like, he need to get to. Like, okay, we all understand, you know, you went over there probably to be a dick, and that's fine. You got the right to be wherever you want to be. You know, they young, and they basically pounced on the fact that you ran and touched this dude's leg. Of course, they're gonna pause you. You know what I'm saying? Pause. It's like what you say when you think somebody did something gay or said something gayish. Pause. So we get that. Okay, so this guy's hovering over you. You stick him. All right, we gotta move past that part because we can kind of see sort of at some point how that happened. But let's move past that into what happened next. Because somehow 4 other people got stabbed, and we want to know what happened there. He's afraid for your life. You thought she was going to do what? What was she gonna do?
What is he on? Whoa! 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 Hey, whoa! Whoa! Get away!
Did you watch it?
Yes.
So the stumble, is that something you remember or something that you think you see in the video?
Something I remembered.
No.
After
That's so
you
funny. That's what he didn't remember.
grabbed onto their
Then he saw
tubes,
that.
stopped
Then
them,
he thinks he remembers
walked
it.
around their tubes, you took a few steps downriver and stood in the path they were floating in, right?
Objection has to form multiple.
Overruled. Do you understand the question, Mr. Miu?
Could you say it again?
After you left their tubes, that
No. He's not saying he stumbled and that's how he stabbed someone. He stumbled. His stumble is him justifying why it looked like he charged at that boy and touched his leg. Like, that's his way of saying, I didn't mean to touch his leg. I'm not a creep. I had stumbled. That's why he's saying that. Okay? That's why he's saying it. It's to justify that part. He hadn't stabbed anybody yet. That hadn't happened yet. Robert said he stumbled and then stabbed someone. No. It's separate. The stabbing happened after. Oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you, honey pot. Mama love you. She appreciates you. You know, she loves the little foxes. What's this fox doing? What's he doing? Eating a chicken bone? Is he eating food? I'm so jealous. Oh, there's got to be something sweet in there. I'm going to ask my son to see if he
first time,
buys something.
you took a few
Thank you, boo. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button for mama, please. Please and thank you.
Few steps downstream and stood in their path where they would need to float, where they were floating, right?
For a few seconds, yes.
You didn't walk off to the south shore, which was close at that point, right?
I thought I walked far away from them, that they, I mean, I didn't even watch them anymore at that point. So I don't know where they were at that point in time.
So I done called my son now.
But I was still looking for my goggles now.
I called my son now. I gotta throw something at the door so he know I'm. That's how I get his attention. Ah. Damn it. I missed the door. Here we go. That'll do it. There it is. Hey, baby. Is there, hold on.
Are you denying that you stood right in the path of their tubes?
Objection argumentative.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
At that moment in time, yes.
Now, when you ran up on these boys and grabbed onto their tubes and made contact with their legs, you weren't saying anything at that point, right?
No.
You didn't say anything like, hey, I think that's my phone,
Trying to get me some
or Ariel's
sweet honey.
phone.
I don't remember saying anything.
You've seen the video.
Right.
You just ran up and grabbed onto him, right?
It appears that.
Was saying nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Look at him. You know, ran up to this boy, grabbed his
We
line,
can go up
got
the screen. We're going to
embarrassed.
look at some more frames here. We're
Just be
starting
honest.
22nd mark, I believe.
Just be honest.
You
Just
stood in
be
front of their
real.
tubes, right? This is at the 23-second mark.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
For a brief moment.
All right, keep going.
Oh.
Stop. At that point, you had the entire river open to move in any direction, right?
Right.
You chose to just walk a few steps directly downstream from where their tubes were, right?
Correct.
The boys were yelling at you at this point, right? You remember that?
Yep.
They were making a commotion, right? They were loud,
Mm-hmm.
and that attracted the attention of the folks in the Carlson group, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've testified that Maddie Cohen walked over, right?
Yep.
You walked towards her,
Thank you, Sammy.
Yes.
Sammy sent
and the
me a
water level at the
PayPal.
spot that you had contact
Let
with
me
Maddie
give me
was
some sweet
about ankle
sweets.
deep from the video.
Over here, I'm over here plotting, trying to figure out how I can get me some.
From the video, yes.
And you told Lieutenant Hart you were standing in really shallow water, right?
Yep.
Maddie told you to leave the area, right?
She didn't say it that way, but yes.
She said, go, go, go.
And
She swore at you too, but she was telling you to go, right?
yeah,
You didn't go.
I was trying to communicate with her what I was doing in the river.
You didn't leave, right?
No, not down the river.
Hold on.
Objection irrelevant. There's no legal basis that it.
Overruled. It's relevant.
You did not leave, right?
I
At the
didn't
time
go
that
in
she
the
came up
direction.
and,
No,
when she came up and said, go, 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 you chose to stay, right?
I wanted to talk.
You didn't like that she was yelling at you, right?
I only had like 2 or 3 seconds of direct verbal or whatever.
And you clearly didn't like she was swearing at you, right? And what you told her was not that you were looking for a phone, but that these boys took your goggles, right?
I don't remember what I told her.
If it's on the video, did you say it?
If it's on the video, yeah.
You never mentioned you were looking for a phone.
I don't remember my conversation with
Look
her.
In
at
fact, after you told her that they took your goggles, you never said another word, right?
After that,
Right.
of course I did.
Talking about your anger scale, at the point where Maddie Cohen was yelling at you and pointing at you and swearing at you, where was your anger scale?
1,
And even with your anger scale being only 1, you started touching, fidgeting with the knife in your pocket, right?
I don't remember that.
Let's take a look at the video.
Oh God, not the video. Sheesh. He need to stop saying I don't remember, because this dude just pulls up a video. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I'm stupid. I don't know why I just did that. Oh. Look at him. Just be honest, dog. Just be honest. Just be real, you know? We all know that kids can be jerks.
We're ready.
We
It's
also know that
timestamp
you can be a
135.
jerk as well. Oh.
That's you touching your knife in your pocket, right?
Here we go.
Correct.
So we getting to
And
where
at
he
this point,
stabbed
you've
the
got your
girl.
back to the 2 girls who were yelling at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
So even though you were fearing for your life,
Mm-hmm.
you turned,
Objection. That's not what he said at that time.
Overruled. Let's get the question out.
you turned your back on these folks, right?
Where am I in that location as reference to the other people?
In the middle.
I get to ask the questions at this point.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I
All
get
right.
it.
Your back,
I know what he's saying. He's saying, oh, I turned my back to them, even though I was scared. You realize I was standing in the center of these motherfuckers, right? So there's no way. I mean, what I would have to lay on the ground for my back to not be towards one of them. I mean, if they're all around me, clearly my back is to somebody. That's how backs work. Like,
at the 135 mark that we just watched, you've turned your back on these folks, right?
Okay.
Is that true?
Yes,
You
I
saw
see
it,
that. Yeah.
Right? You're touching your knife, but you got your back to them,
mm-hmm.
right?
I see that in a picture.
Yep, in case they do something. Say, Papa ready, Papa ready.
And so at that point, you wouldn't have turned your back on these folks if you had fear of them, right?
Objection, mischaracterizes his testimony.
Overruled, overruled. You can answer the question. Yes.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. That is a weird, weird sound. Yeah, they over there talking. They make this static sound when they turn the mics off. And ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. So we gotta wait till they start talking again. Look at him. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is my life right now. I can't believe that this is where I am right now. What did I do to deserve this? Oh yeah, that's right. I stabbed the children. Now I remember the thing that I did that caused me to be here today. Jazz, this trial makes me a whole new level of mad. Have a great night, Mama. Oh, Jesse. I'm sorry, booby. Thank
We'll
you.
play a
Just
clip
messed
here.
that next
Good
question,
night,
please.
pumpkin.
We're going to play a clip here, Judge.
Mama love you. Yes, you do. Ooh.
We're starting at 126.
Mm-hmm.
Just play it.
Yeah, just play it. If this cameraman don't turn this
We
fucking
can have
camera.
the screen.
The cameraman must have abandoned his job. He must not be over here anymore. He must have went out to go smoke a cigarette or something. 'Cause he's not moving the camera
Stop.
to point it at the other stuff.
Stopping at 135. So in that clip, that's the point where you had waved at your friends, right? You had turned your back on the groups of people that were in the area,
Mm-hmm.
and you're touching your knife.
Sure
Right.
did.
And at that point, you
Candy.
called out to your friends because I think you had said, and maybe I'm wrong, that your fear scale was going up at that point. Is that not right?
I see lots of people around me, and I wanted somebody to be on my side.
Right. Your fear scale was going up, so you tried to wave your buddies over, right?
Creeping up, yeah.
And as it's creeping up, you're fidgeting with your knife.
It appears that way.
Yeah.
At some
I've
point,
been treated in the ER. No details. Now I have to wait to see if they want to spend.
and even though your fear level is creeping up at that point, and you
Oh.
called for help from your friends, or at least waved for help,
Oh, Pookie Pumpkin Pie. And we've been in here for a while. He done been seen already. Now he's just in there waiting to see if they tell him they're gonna admit him.
you turned your back, right?
Yes.
At one point, you turn your head and you stare at the group of 17-year-old boys, right? Do you remember doing that?
What is it?
I don't remember, but if I could see a video.
Put it into context, it would have been at the point when Maddie Cohen tried to turn you away from those boys. Do you remember doing that?
Yes.
And 1 second. If we can get the frame up. We're at timestamp 116. That's the look that you gave to those boys, right? At that time, at 116?
Yes.
That's the look on your face.
Yeah.
That's an angry look.
Not to me.
Show us.
I was annoyed, more than frustrated, but not angry.
Let me see the look.
At the point where
Cameraman is a
you
dick.
looked at the boys with that expression on your face, whatever it was, you had the entire river in front of you open.
Oh,
to walk
thank you,
to,
Rosebud.
right? That's true.
Correct.
You know why, Rosebud? I don't have any drama. I don't get trolls. I don't get anything. You know why? Because I have a more mature demographic. I check my demographics and stuff, my analytics. And mine is like 30 and up. And the 30 to like 30 to 40 is like the lowest part of the scale. Like 30 to 35 is like the lowest percentage of my demographic. So I'm in a different type of demographic than a lot of people. So I don't have like the riffraff of the youngins. You know, most trolls are young and like, you know, bored as fucking hell in their mother's basements. You know, like, so they just be mad. They just want somebody to pay them attention some way, somehow. So I don't really get those. Like, I don't really get that kind of stuff. So it's just chill. We're very chill. You know what I'm saying? We keep it very real. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a you know, like a lot of YouTube channels, they have a narrative. You know, there's a term I'm looking for. I can't think of it, but basically they push specific narratives and they have to stick on it because they said it, and that's what their following is. Like, I don't really have that. I stick to what it is, what it actually is. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no selling out going on over here. If you can't handle the truth, that's a you problem, honey. That'd be a you problem. But thank you, Rosebud. It's nice to be appreciated, ain't it, y'all? Everybody say thank you, Rosebud.
And instead, you chose to turn back around
Sure
where
did.
Maddie
Mm-hmm.
Cohen was, right?
Yep. What he chose.
I stood my ground. I basically stayed in the same location.
Right.
I didn't go
no, he
towards
didn't.
anybody at that point.
You didn't.
No, he didn't say I stood my ground. No, you didn't. You stood on their ground. You went over there to their spot, honey. Was about to leave, decided to go back. That's not. No, you don't try that.
Take a step away either, did you?
No.
And at that point then, that's
No,
when
you did,
Riley
and then you
Madison
came back.
joins her.
Actually, it's even worse.
You've got Madison and Riley standing in front of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's the time, yeah.
2 girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
And these 2 girls standing in front of you
Mm-hmm.
touched your shoulders
Uh-huh.
somewhat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You never said a yes?
Yes.
You never
Okay.
stumbled backwards or anything like that.
Okay.
It wasn't somewhat. But
Well, let's take a look at the video.
Yeah, see, he know he fucked up. He know he fucked up when he stuck that girl. Like that. It's too telling. It's like, you know what? You was frenzy. You was doing some frenzy stabbing at this point.
We're going to start a little bit earlier than the part I wanted to start at. It's at the 135 mark again, if we can put this screen up.
Here we go. He put the screen up so we can see it this time. Okay. Let's see. Look at it. All was good. All was well. All the way up until... Oh, isn't he the boy who got killed?
You can take the screen down.
The boy with the curly hair. I think that's the one that died.
Starting at 134.
There you go. Scooch that camera back up there before you make us miss something, cameraman. Do your job. Look at him. He got his little knife, look, playing with his
So
knife.
at that point, you're touching your knife before Maddie and Riley are standing in front of you,
Ain't
right?
that something?
appears that way.
Look at him. NASA tall. You know, like no ass at all. NASA tall.
Stop.
He got that NASA tall disease.
You had said that your fear
Look at
level
this.
was rising.
Look at this.
You had waved to your friends.
Look.
right?
He looks scary. He looks
That was the
scared
look
to
on
y'all.
your face at the time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're smiling.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
You're
Oh, yeah.
smiling.
I'm
Was you-
confused.
You was confused?
You're not smiling?
That's not a smile.
Yes,
What the fuck is it then?
let's move on, please.
Russia got what's something weird. They're like, what the fuck does a smile look like in Russia then?
You should turn the screen on. Can we get the screen back?
Yeah, turn the screen back on. You see what I'm saying? Oh. I know, Tony. I mean, Samantha. Look at this. Yep. Look.
All right, so you had been fidgeting with your knife multiple times. You've got Riley Madison in front of you. I believe her testimony was she's a 115-pound woman. You got Maddie Cohen on your other side. This is when you choose to pull out your knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Overruled. You understand the question?
What does her weight have to do with me?
Sir, you don't get to ask the
I'm
questions
sorry.
at this point. You pulled out your knife at this point with these two girls standing in front of you, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
He's calling you a bitch. This is what he's doing, sir. Sir, that's if you wonder what he's doing right now. The lawyer's calling you a bitch. He's like, you are 102-pound soaking wet in a winter coat girl sitting in front of you, and you is this grown ass gray haired man is standing here, like, and you felt like you needed to pull a knife out and stick her in her side. Okay, because you had anxiety that looked like this. You were terrified and looked like this.
And you held it down by your belt.
He did walk
belt
away.
line,
Then he
right?
came back
Yes.
And you
and
opened
charged.
it up, right?
Yes.
And this is before you had been punched or anything like that. You had that knife ready with these two girls standing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Objection as to use of the term girls or women.
Women, pardon me,
Man, they were girls.
right?
Them was girls.
And you
In
didn't
relation to
hold it
him,
up
them
and
were
say,
girls.
hey, I have a knife, right?
To me, that would be a threat.
Well, I'm not asking you that. You did not hold it up.
No,
And you didn't, in fact, you held it down by your side, right?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled.
Isn't that what you did?
yes,
You didn't take a step back and brandish it and say, hey, back up, I have a knife, right?
correct.
You opened it down low, and then you held it down low by your side,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
Concealed weapon.
And as you're doing that,
Oh, excuse me. I'm so
You're
sorry.
right?
That's not a smile.
Well, let's take
What the fuck is it, sir?
a look at the
I'm-
video.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
let's look at
overwhelmed.
it again. Oh, it's overwhelmed. It's like, look, it's a guy in the chimney. He's then came down. It's Christmas Eve, and it's a dude. He's in the chimney. He's got on all red. He's got on red and white. He's looking for cookies. He's leaving presents. But it's not Santa Claus, okay? That's what you sound like trying to describe why you got this grin on your face and how it ain't a grin. It's Santa Claus. Like that's not a smile, y'all. Oh, this shit hurts so bad. It hurts so bad when I laugh. Oh, I gotta do like a diluted laugh. Okay. I can't do a real deal laugh. It's painful.
And annoyed.
Mm-hmm. And stabby. It's an annoyed and stabby look, isn't it? It's not a laugh. It's not a smile. It's a stabby.
And that's you holding your knife down by your belt line, right?
Yes,
Yup. He done it. He dealt it. And he smelt
You
it.
pulled it out and opened it up. You held it with the blade facing up, right?
I didn't pay attention, but in the video, yes.
And it becomes important later when you stab AJ because you didn't try to cut him down, you cut him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That was not my intent.
Objection is performed.
Overruled. I'll leave the witness answer the question.
Nah, I think he knew what he was doing.
You
huh?
had the knife blade up and you're saying you didn't know that?
I didn't pay attention.
As you're holding it there, you've got your thumb.
That's awfully fucking suspicious. You just happened the blade was just twisted up, was pointed up, but I didn't notice it was twisted up. But when you stuck the boy, you pulled it up. You see what I'm saying? Like if you didn't know what direction it's in, it's weird that you knew which way to pull that motherfucker once you put it in. You put it in him and you pulled it into the correct direction. The way you was holding it up. Fish. He gutted him like a fish. You ain't slick, homie. You ain't slick. And I know your history got some stuff. This man got a history, y'all. When I say this man got a history, he got a history. We gotta find some way to find that history.
On
like
the
it would be
bottom of
pretty
the
interesting.
handle, right?
Terrifying. Right? It's a question, sir. You can answer it.
Right?
Yeah,
Blade up.
I see that.
Blade's pointing at, looks like at Maddie Cohen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
He's just sticking people.
Nobody else. I'll strike that.
Eva.
After you opened that knife, would it be fair to say that your fear level went down a little bit because now you had your...
This grown-ass man stabbed 5 young people between the ages of 17 and 24, killed one on a lake, like on a little river little thing, whatever, that they ride the little inflatables down. And now he's trying to defend himself, even though one of the people was a girl. And they weighed like 110 pounds. Nobody else had a weapon. He had already walked off and then decided to come back, charge this dude in an inflatable hoop. Charge the guy while the dude's in an inflatable hoop. You know. Oh my
Your knife
God.
open?
no,
All right.
That's what the
Was
trial's
your
about.
fear level
Eva.
going up at that point? I think you said that earlier.
The whole situation was boiling up.
So when you have your knife open, you take a couple step backwards to get away from the situation?
You're like,
I
nah,
stood
go
my
in,
ground.
put it
I
in.
stayed in place.
And
You
I pull
never
it.
backed up one step, did you?
No,
You had your
He
knife
keeps
out
saying
and you
stand
were
his
prepared to
ground.
use it.
He's aware of what that is.
to defend myself.
You want to come here and try to use some rights
At
to
that
kill
point,
some
there's
people?
nothing
That's
to
what you
defend
gonna do.
yourself from, right?
I didn't know that.
If I
It's disturbing to me to hear somebody who's not from this country, who using this term, stood my ground. That ain't a term they use to fuck over there. Like this is, he knows that is a thing that people say here when they kill people, and they want to get away with it. I stood my ground. Like you came over here so you could kill somebody for free. Like that's what you wanted, a free. You wanted a freebie. That's what you wanted. You done learned some of our little laws, but the ones you learned were the ones that can help you get away with murder. Got it. Yeah, no, I don't fucking like that. I don't like the idea of that. Stop saying I stood my fucking ground. Standing in place is not the same thing as standing your ground, you weirdo.
understand your testimony today, now you're acknowledging that you did do something to Maddie Cohen, which started off this fight, right?
Objection argumentative.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
Objection, please approve.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because they say he slapped the one girl, and then I can't remember if the same one he stabbed is the same one he slapped. He slapped one and he stabbed one. They could possibly be the same girl. Yeah. Barry Maguire, 1965, I think. Ooh, what's the trivia? Let's see. Tony on the Eva Destruction. Who sang that song? Oh, Eva Destruction. Oh, okay. Okay. Look at y'all doing trivia in Mama's chat. I love it. Hit the like button for Mama, please.
Make physical contact with Maddie Cohen, right? Before you were punched or anything else, right?
I may have.
You don't remember that?
Well, I remember what I said, but I went over to push. She was right in my face, right in my space, yelling, and I could smell the alcohol in her breath.
But you had been drinking too, so might have been
Right.
your breath.
I didn't have vodka and all the other garbage.
We missed something, sorry. Yeah, I don't think so either, Terry. But this man don't seem to know that. He keeps
We're gonna
saying,
start a
"Stood
little
my
bit earlier
ground."
than the part I wanted to start at.
Here we go. Let's see some. What
It's
he
at the
did with Maddie.
135 mark again, if we can put this screen up. You take the screen down.
Oh wait, this is the same part I did a while ago. My bad.
Starting at,
I thought they showed something else. Never mind.
No.
right? You held on to it when you fell down into the water.
Yes.
Back a couple of steps. That's what happened, right?
Objection.
Knife open, you take a couple step backwards to get away from the situation.
I stood my ground. I stayed in place.
You never backed up one step, did you?
Say Wisconsin, right, y'all?
No,
You had your knife out and you were prepared to use it.
to defend myself.
At that point, there's nothing to defend yourself from, right?
I didn't know that.
If I understand your testimony today, now you're acknowledging that you did do something to Maddie Cohen, which started off this fight, right?
Objection argumentative.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
Objection, please approve.
Yes.
I hate that they do that. Weird staticky thing. Oh. Kerry Davidson. Ooh, yeah, serial spree killer. Who's that? There we go.
Mr. Smestad, would you please rephrase the question?
I will, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
You're testifying today that you did actually make physical contact with Maddie Cohen
The like
Right.
button.
before you were punched or anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
I may have.
You may
I don't
have.
remember that.
Well, I remember what I said, but I went over to push. She was right in my face, right in my space, yelling, and I could smell the alcohol in her breath.
You sure that wasn't your
You'd been
breath?
drinking too, so might have been your breath.
I didn't have vodka and all the other garbage.
My
Right.
point is, today you testified that you did something physical to Madison Cohen before you were punched, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
I didn't. I don't know if I touched her or not. It's possible that I did.
If your friend Sergio testified last week that he saw you push her and she went flying back a couple of steps, that's what happened, right?
Objection.
Mm-hmm.
Sustained.
Sold out
you
by your
present when Sergio
friend. Oh,
testified?
damn, it's fucked up.
Sustained.
Your buddy sold you out, bro. It's fucked up, man. Mm-mm-mm. Gotta get you some new friends.
After you pushed Maddie Cohen,
Uh-huh.
only one person ever punched you, right?
Okay.
From the video,
Right.
that's what I see. I don't remember what happened there at that time.
I'm not asking you what you remember, I'm asking what
Ow.
actually happened.
I got punched.
Objection, no foundation.
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
We
Started.
saw in the video that only one person ever punched you, right?
Yes.
Objection. We,
It's crossed, it's not
Hold
legal.
on.
can I approach?
Yes.
Oh, God, they're approaching again. Stop approaching the judge. Okay, this judge has other things to do other than be approached by you, okay? You keep approaching the judge. Look at this man. There's a history here. I don't know. I think this is like a grumpy old man with a bit of a darkness. A little bit curious as what it felt like to stick a human. And he was handed a perfect opportunity by some rambunctious children. He's probably a little troublemaker. He probably always kicking up shit in his neighborhood. People walk by. He'd be up there probably cussing at them, throwing things. Probably throw out spike strips to sabotage people's wheels. He seemed like the type. You know what I'm saying? He just went too far. He just went too far. He did.
Otter, when you were punched, right?
Yes.
And you indicated, I think, that you were punched in your jaw, I think on your left side of your body.
Yes.
You testified that you fell back in the water and hit your head, right?
Yes.
You did not drop your knife,
No.
right? You held on to it when you fell down into the water.
Yes.
When Dante Carlson hit you, he was holding a can of beer in one hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was fighting you with one hand.
Yes.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
You never suffered any kind of bruising or cuts to your face from this incident, right?
On the inside of my cheek.
You cut the inside of your cheek.
Yes.
You never had any bruising on your jaw, right?
I don't remember. I mean, I had a beard. I couldn't tell.
You weren't bleeding from your face anywhere.
No, not that I know.
Let's play the video of him stabbing
You the only person who would know. Talking about, not that I know of. Would
Once
you
you're
be?
knocked
Not
down
that
in
I
the
know
water,
of.
AJ Madison comes up
Did they shoot you? Not that I know of. Like, sir, please stop playing dumb. It's just weird.
to you and pushes on your back, right?
Mhm.
Objection, no foundation.
Sustained.
We'll play the video.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with the video again. Oh, damn. You gotta start saying you know, so he'll stop playing that there video. Making a fool out of you, sir. Sammy leaving?
You were pushed in the back by AJ Madison, right?
Objection, no foundation.
Overruled.
In response, you got up out of the water, right?
Mhm.
You take your knife in your right hand with the blade up, right?
Objection is in narration.
Overruled.
That's what you did, right?
Still in my hand, yes, that way.
You jabbed it into his belly.
About the same time he hit me in the throat.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yes.
You jabbed it into his belly, right?
Yes,
Instead of pulling it out, you pulled up, right?
because I had so much time to think about it.
You pulled up.
I did not pull up.
Okay,
Look at the angle of my arm.
We're stopped at timestamp 156. You see your knife,
Yes,
how close it is to his jaw, his chin?
yes.
That's because when you stabbed him, instead of pulling out, you went up, right?
I was falling backwards with the knife in my arm, in my hand, and the angle of my arm was about the same. Just got hit in the throat.
In this frame of the video, the knife's pointing straight up, right?
Yes,
You went in, pulled up, and it's by the time you got done up by his face, your knife's pointing straight up.
Objection, asked. Sorry.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
it's straight up.
At that point, Tony Carlson came in to break up the fight.
Objection, speculation. He doesn't know what Tony Carlson's doing along.
Overruled. You can ask the question, he can answer.
I don't know what he was
Yeah,
doing.
that's what I said.
You know that he told Dante Carlson to back up, right?
Objection, no foundation.
Overruled.
Do I know from video and from testimony? Yes. At the time, I didn't know.
In
Look at this. People always just want to do some
you
crazy
stabbed
shit.
AJ
Then
Madison,
they want freedom.
you were pushed back into the water,
What about
right?
my freedom?
Sorry, it's.
about my freedom?
Pardon me. No, it's not. It's not. It's AJ Madison. He's not part of the Carlson family. AJ Martin.
Thank you.
Pardon me. After you stabbed AJ Martin, you were pushed back into the water, right?
Yes.
Nobody jumped on top of you.
Ooh, nice, Big Mitch. 2 years.
Nobody was kicking at you or punching you.
Wonderful.
No.
You're just in the water by yourself,
Mama's so proud.
right?
She's so proud, Mama.
Apparently, yes.
We're going to take a look at the video starting at 1:55. That's you in the water, still holding your knife, right?
Why don't they show us these
Pardon me,
things?
this is before you got up. At this point, you're standing there. There's nobody hitting you, nobody's punching you, nobody's kicking you, right?
Objection, that's. The video should, he's not standing.
Gentlemen, please come up.
Baby done brought me some. Made me some pizza. Pizza. Why don't you just get a paper plate? No?
Because I already had this one.
Oh, okay. Anchor. Love you too. All right. Let's see.
In the river.
But at that point, the fight didn't continue. People weren't punching on you, right?
Exactly.
At that time, I couldn't tell what was going on
Sure.
around
Oh,
me.
you couldn't. All you could tell when you were just
That's at
stabbing
the point
everything.
that Tony Carlson came over, was yelling at people to back up. Do you remember that?
From the video.
You don't have a memory of that in your head? He separated Dante from you, right?
Objection, no foundation.
Overruled.
Right?
If it's from my memory, I don't remember that.
What do you remember?
Tony Carlson never punched you, correct?
Correct.
He never kicked you, never pushed you.
Objection, mischaracterize the evidence.
Overruled.
No.
And you
just-
turned around and you stabbed him twice. Right?
Damn.
I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. I didn't know who was punching me, touching me, shoving me, nothing. I was fearing for my life.
You stabbed the guy who tried to break up the fight twice, right?
Objection, form.
Overruled.
That's what happened, right?
That's what happened.
And luckily for him, he was able to block your first stab, so you stabbed him again, right?
Isn't that something?
I had milliseconds to think.
Riley Madison, after you stabbed Tony Carlson,
Uh-huh.
you turned around, you got up, you turned around, and you sliced Riley Madison through her left side of her body, right?
Yes.
She
you
wasn't
remember that?
punching you or kicking you.
She came at me. She had her hands on me.
At the time you stabbed her, she had her hands on you.
Yes.
This 115-pound woman attacked you while you're standing there holding a knife.
She could have been 500 pounds. I don't know. I'm sorry, sir, but
You've never told anyone ever that Riley Madison attacked you and that's why you stabbed her, right?
You making up the shit now?
no.
How
You're
convenient.
saying it today for the first time.
I don't remember
James.
this whole thing.
Hey, boo. Where's
After you
all my
stabbed
app?
Riley Madison, Isaac Schumann tries to push you, right?
And he lands his hands on my throat. Yes.
But his hands originally weren't anywhere near your throat. They were on your shoulder and your chest, right?
Night, Robert Baker.
I didn't take measurements, but yeah, from the picture, yes.
And as soon as he touches you, you stab up into his heart with your knife, right?
Objection, no foundation.
And murder him.
He went for my throat, and I defended myself. Yes.
Are you saying, we're going to look at the video.
Yeah, let's look at this video. Fucking liar. Ooh, prosecution got mad, honey. He got.
We're going to start at 2:02, and for anybody who doesn't want to watch, you might want to avert your eyes.
Come on, cameraman. Damn it. They ain't gonna show us.
Stop it with his hands. Get on him. Right there. What's the time? We're at 2:05, the timestamp on the video. That's Isaac Schumann, right? If you don't,
Right.
his left hand on your arm, right?
Right.
His right hand on your chest, right?
Right.
They're not on your throat.
In that particular frame. Correct.
And your right hand is cocked, your elbow's bent, right?
Okay.
And you've got the knife in your hand.
Yes.
Play it through, please. And as he's pushing you, you jam your knife up into his heart, through his ribcage. Right?
After he touches my throat and pushes me back, yes, correct.
As your arm is moving up to stab him, you actually moved his arm closer up your, farther up your body with your own movement, right?
I don't know how to answer that. I didn't see that.
Look at you.
At the time that this incident happened, you agree you weighed 248 pounds?
Yes,
So your freedom slipping away, do you?
Not one of these people that you stabbed so far in the video were armed in any fashion, right?
That part.
right.
You told an elaborate story about people pulling knives on you, right?
Argumentative as to form.
Overruled.
Right? You made up that story.
To Brandy Hart?
Lieutenant Hart, yes.
I don't remember that, but I saw the video, yes.
At no point did anybody
something?
pull any knife on you.
He don't remember. Every time he lied, he don't remember that. I said, what before? Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember that part. Nah, that's a thing that I don't have that in here. That ain't in here. What I do recall is, you know, I stood my ground. They hit me first. You know, I defended myself. Let me the fuck out of here. Now I remember that. I remember those are the details that I recall. Hit the like button for mama, please. Please and thank you.
Right?
Correct,
You're the only person who had a knife.
Mhm.
correct.
Play this for a fool, y'all, honey. Play this for some fools up in this piece.
You had said earlier that you had waved for your friends to come over because you were so scared, right? Right?
During we're moving back in time now?
Oh, yeah. Earlier you had waved. We saw
Yes.
the video. You said
Yes.
you waved to your friends because
Yes.
you were scared. Your fear level was at whatever. And in fact, Ariel came over, right?
Yes,
And he's in the group at the point that Riley Madison's standing there bleeding into the river, right? He's standing right behind her.
yep.
And at the time that you stabbed Tony Carlson, Ariel's right there, right in the group, correct?
See that in the video, yes.
And when you stabbed Isaac Schumann, he's also standing there, right?
I didn't see him there at the time, but yes, in the video, yes.
So this narrative about it being 13 on 1, you had a friend there, right?
Ain't that something?
Overruled.
Your friend was standing right there. He's in the video, right?
In the video. I don't remember him being there.
Did you saw him coming? Walking downstream.
I don't remember.
You waved for him, right?
Ain't that
I
something?
waved at my group.
Ain't that something? It's weird when you don't remember any of the stuff that you did wrong, but you remember the stuff that you think you can justify. Oh, that I can't justify that. I don't remember. You said what now? Yeah, no. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. I don't remember that. I seen it on the video, but I don't recall it.
At no point when you stabbed
His defense basically is
Tony,
I'm blind.
Riley, and Isaac,
Is my memory bad?
did you call out to your friend and say, hey, help me, they're attacking me, right? Even though he's in the frame and he's close to the action, so to speak. You never said that, right?
I was stunned. Couldn't talk.
You couldn't talk? You were stunned and couldn't talk? You could just stabby. Got you. Got it. Understand it. Very interesting indeed. Oh, Tony, you ain't had nothing since breakfast. Are they gonna feed you in there?
The last person you stabbed was Dante Carlson, right?
Yes.
And this is in the sequence of events, everything else had happened, right?
Yes.
Objection is the form, I don't know what everything else is.
Sustained.
All the other stabbings had already occurred, right? At the point that you stabbed Dante Carlson.
Yes.
He wasn't punching you at that point.
Man, it's dangerous, honey.
I was surrounded. People were coming at me. I just came up a couple of times,
was
being punched in the
afraid.
head, punched in the mouth. I fell on river rocks. I was in pain. I was hurting.
Tony Carlson had broken up the fight between you and Dante never hit you again after that, did he?
Objection, that's.
Sustained. Form. Please rephrase.
At the point that you stabbed Dante Carlson, he was not fighting with you, right?
Correct.
He had not punched you immediately before you decided to stab him.
Correct.
In fact, you took a couple steps toward him to stab him, didn't you?
I thought he was attacking me.
Wait. 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 You step towards him to stab him, and you say, it's because you thought he was attacking you. Like you, wait, but you, like I was moving towards him, but to me it looked like, you know, like when you be in a car and you don't be moving, but it be like raining. You know, like it be raining outside and you be in a car, and the car next to you will say move forward, and you feel like you're rolling backwards. Like it was like, it was like that. He was the one moving, but in his mind, the other guy was moving, and so he stabbed. But turned out it was him moving towards the other guy. Did I nail it? I feel like I nailed it, sir. Look at this. What y'all think? Is he going down? Is he going down? He going down? I think he about to get that word.
So at that point, you stabbed 5 people and you decided to leave the area. Is that true?
I walked away.
You walked up to Ernesto, right?
Yes.
You didn't say anything about being attacked, right?
I was in shock.
You said, they took my knife, right? To Ernesto?
I
what
don't
you said?
remember that, but that's what I said according to all the video and
Well, if Ernesto said that, that's what you
Yes.
said.
yeah.
You still got the knife on your person, right? Even though you just told them they took your knife, you still had it. Right?
No. When I reached the tubes,
No. When Ernesto came walking up and you walked up to him, you told him they took my knife. It's the first thing out of your mouth, right?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Instead of walking to your group, you walked up to the south side, south shore of the lake, of the river, right?
Yes.
And on the way, you washed off the knife in the river.
I don't remember that.
Well, you had blood on your hand and on the knife, right?
Yes.
When you left the area, right?
Yeah.
When you got back to your group, nobody saw any blood on your hands, or right?
Objection, foundation. You didn't know what.
Sustained.
At some point, you rinsed your hand and the knife in the water, right?
Alright.
I don't remember that. But,
Okay.
yeah.
What you do remember is
I just checked to make sure Alma really wasn't in my block list. I ain't seen her in so long. I was like, maybe she is. Maybe somebody did it, but she's not there. So
throwing the knife up into the bushes on the south bank.
Right on the bank, yes.
Good night, Tony. Tony, good night. Sleep tight. Did they keep you? Did they keep you there? Are you staying there? What's your man? Central here. I drove myself here. But after 6:30. Okay, so you're still, I guess you're gonna be staying there then. Oh, rest well, honey pots. Rest well. Mama love you. Tony, mama love you, okay? Keep your head up, ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things get brighter. Keep your head up.
And then you finally walked over to your group, right?
As I was walking, I threw it away, yes.
No, no. You walked out of your way to get to the south bank to get rid of it, and then walked back across the river to your group, right?
Argumentative.
Overruled.
That's what you did, right?
Yes.
Ooh, tampering with evidence. That's tampering with evidence, is it not?
We're gonna play the video taken by Larry and Davis, Judge.
That is tampering with the evidence.
It's grainy, but it's
Nothing else. I mean, that's a definite charge right there for sure. So, tampering with evidence. He tried to destroy evidence to a murder.
of some value.
You have many more questions?
Yes.
Well, maybe this will be a good time to take a break. Let's recess and we'll come back at 2:50. Please take the jury out.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that was perfect timing, actually, Mr. Lawyer. What up, sir? Sir, let me talk to you for a minute. You're fucked. No, I'm just kidding. Sir, look, don't get all stabby McGee on me, okay? I didn't do anything, all right? I'm just telling you. Came here thinking you was going to just, be stabby McGee, and we just real soft on stuff here. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? It's true. It's true. It's true. They got cell phones in prison right now. Like, they in there with just cell phones, just with the ramen. You know what I'm saying? Just some of them got, they like TVs in their cells. It's very unreasonable. The way that we, we're very chillax around here. You came here, you done did this to these people. That poor boy. You done lived long enough, don't you think? I think you look like you've been here long enough. You've been here long enough. You done. You about done, right? Sir, it's gonna be bad for you. Okay? You have to find you one of those Russian crews in prison. It's a good thing they got a whole Russian crew. You got a whole bunch of buddies you're gonna have in there. Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all let me know. In fact, no, scratch that. Don't put a 1 in the chat. Okay? Actually, yeah, put a 1 in the chat, because the comment section is gonna be rough on this anyway. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that he gonna get off. Just want to get a gauge on how everybody's feeling about this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's gonna get off. Just flat out. If you just gonna think he's gonna get off. Right? Put a 2 if you think he's gonna get some of the charges. He'll be charged with some of those will be as murders. Or like what type of, do that. If you put a 2 if you think that he'll get charged with some of the murders. Maybe not that first one. Because you can kind of find your way around that first one. But the other one's not so much. And then put a 3 if you think he gonna get off but get deported or something. What you think? You think hung jury? Oh shit, yeah, probably actually. Now I think about it, yeah, this is a hung jury. Oh yeah, this got hung jury written all over it actually. Just the same way that we keep flip-flopping back and forth, the jury will too. Okay, put a 4 if you think it's gonna be a hung jury. How about that? 4 if you think hung jury. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Sound about right. Yeah. This might be a hung jury. It's been a while since we've seen a hung jury. This might be a hung jury. I can see it. I can see it's being a hung jury. Which would actually be okay because I feel it in my spirit. Like I know there's something up with this man. There's some skeletons in this closet. Like I can feel it. I can feel it. It's in his grin while he was doing that shit. It's in there. There's a darkness in this is not his first fucking rodeo. But it's because of he ain't from his, like his history is somewhere else. But if they do a hung jury and then they decide to redo the trial, by the time they do that, they'll have that information that I'm thinking is out there. Because they just don't have it yet. They'll have that shit. And they're going to know. And we're going to know. And, you know, around here, you get tried in the eyes of the jury, of the public, honey. Okay? Social media will take you to court, you know? Oh, all right, y'all. You changed from 1 to 4. I know that's right. I'm a 4 myself. Hit the like button if you have not already. Thanks for hanging out with Mama. I know this is not y'all's cup of tea, okay? Tomorrow we'll do some Daryl. We'll make fun of Daryl. We know, you know, we can't leave him. We can't just, you know, neglect him for too long. He'll piss himself. But like, what? Does anybody in here know when Daryl's trial, when his next court date thing is? Because I forgot. I feel like it's this month though. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's in April. Somebody let me know. Okay. He gonna watch. He ain't gonna walk. He gonna get a hung jury, but they gonna just redo it. Hung jury don't mean that they let him go. Just so you know, if you get a hung jury and they'll still keep you until they decide whether they're gonna retry it or not. Yep. And then if they do, then you stay in there until they do. Sure do. Sure do. Hung jury don't mean shit, honey. Samantha me, did you know she didn't, James? Cut it out. Why you be lying on my Sammy Sam? Why you lying on my Sammy Sam? Yeah, I think he came here from Romania when he was 15, was speaking 4 languages, then learned English. Why did the police say he was Russian? Police kept calling him Russian. He didn't really look Russian to me, to be honest with you. He sounded kind of like Russian, but he didn't necessarily look Russian. That makes a little more sense. He was 15. That's even worse. Then that means those skeletons I'm talking about that are in his closet are here. Well, that's even better. That's even better. I bet this dude got I bet it's like a bunch of bodies. I bet it's like, I don't know. I'm curious. It's something about that smile that he did. It made me uncomfortable. It's literally, I think most of my thoughts about who this person might actually be, it comes from that smile. I shit you not. That grin, it was something in it. It was just weird. It was like, considering what was happening, what he was doing, and that was the look on his face. It's just weird. I don't know. And I'm not wrong. I'm going to tell you why I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong about this shit like this. I'm just not. I promise you this. This I promise you. Okay? I'm not wrong about this. There's some shit about this guy. We just need some time to get that information. He's probably really good at hiding fucking bodies. You know, be it literal or, you know, rhetorical or whatever. He speaks Russian. Okay, good. He got he don't. He got strong self-defense case on that first guy he stabbed. Yes. But when he starts stepping towards people and sticking people and he stuck that girl in her side, yeah, fuck no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if he had a strong self-defense case and really thought that, why did he move over to the right, throw his fucking weapon, and then go over there to these people, not say a word about what he just did, and then just make his way downstream? And then why did he start making up a bunch of fucking stories about what happened? If his story was self-defense, then the real story already was self-defense. He wouldn't be making up a bunch of fucking stories to make it fit. It would just fit. So no. Nope. Nope. I think he was just drunk. He's a dick. The kids were dicks. They were all dicks. They were all being dicks. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't scared. He just did more than what he fucking needed to. He was feeling entitled at the moment. This is very easily explained, actually. what happened here. My only thing is this person had it in him to stick this man, this boy, pull that motherfucking knife up. I mean, at least 9-10 inches straight up his body. That's not something everybody can fucking do. Okay? Stuck this girl and 3 other dudes. Like, he stabbed 5 people. And that's the grin he had on his face. And that's why I say something up with him. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable with it. And then the fact that he keeps saying I stood my fucking ground. No, the fuck you didn't. You walked away and then you came back and you charged them. That's not, that. How the fuck is this you standing your ground? Your ground was over there with your crew. You stood their ground. If anything, if you want to use stand your ground, then this leans more towards you freaking trespassing. You know, if you want to act like that's your house, that except for that's where they were, not where you were. You're over there. They're here. You came to them. So no, not stand your fucking ground. Okay? Not at all. He was over there being a douche. And they was being, you know, and you ran into the right crew. And they, you know, they ran into the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Mama gonna go to bed. She gotta go to work tomorrow. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Thanks for hanging out with me. I approve. And I am trying to make things rhyme, but it is just too late of a time. Get me some sweets tomorrow. Give me some sweets tomorrow, Sammy. Good night, boo. Okay, sleep tight, rest well. Okay, do that. Mama love you. Trained in hand-to-hand combat, obviously. Man, he be in the woods stabbing things, I bet. I don't know. I don't like him. I don't trust him. Okay, I don't trust him. There's something about this man. Something about the way he stabs lets me know he's done this before. Ooh, he's done it before. Night, Judy. Sirloin. James, I find it so hard to say goodbye to my babies. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll make fun of Daryl. Get in early. Just hang out for a long time. Okay. Leave a comment once this thing posts. Okay. Leave one. Leave a comment and then maybe respond to somebody else's comment. Get the comments up. Okay. Night, boo.